comedy alien Ross Padgett.
I would let Messi do things to me.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Find us easily on social media, Instagram, Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, it's just on X. It's just at Jim Colbert Show. And, of course,
not yet.
All day, every day at JimColbertLive.com.
Might be some trademark issues there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with both Microsoft and Meta.
Really?
Well, apparently, Microsoft, of course, has the trademark for X as it happens for gaming. But it also covers a little bit more widely than that. So he kind of jumped the gun a little bit there.
That's what that guy does, though, right?
I know.
It's so stupid, too. I mean, it just so. Twitter's fine. It's branded. You spent billions of dollars branding Twitter. Why change it to X? And X is stupid. What is this guy's fascination with letters to name things? I do not get that.
His child is named X.
I understand that, but it's so played. Like, that's a 60s thing. Like, people were doing that in the 60s trying to stand out. And now he's doing it in 2023 because he thinks it's cool. Well, that guy's a dope.
What's worse is that they're now saying that, just like you said, because it is branded, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's, phrases like tweet and retweet that are part of the common vernacular now.
Right.
They're saying he could literally shed $4 to $20 billion in value for Twitter if he goes ahead with the plan to get rid of the bird and rebrand it as this X, like you said.
It's so ridiculous. I guess he just kind of wants to step away from anything that Jack Dorsey had to do with the app anyway. And for the life of me, I do not understand it. He bought it he way overpaid for it. Paid $44 billion for it. It's already down ridiculously in value. And he's looking to nix the rest of it, I guess, with this X move, which is so stupid. What are you going to say now? You X'd? Isn't that an X? I mean, what? I'm dead serious. What's the terminology now? You're not tweeting anymore because it's not Twitter. What are you doing? You sending out an X note?
One of my favorite tweets, because I'm still there. And I'm calling it that, but a very famous social media person, Hank Green, tweeted out, what do we call them now? Excretions? I'm going with excretion.
He just seems so childish with a lot of this stuff. It just, for a guy that is that powerful, he just seems so juvenile. A lot of these decisions are like decisions a kid would make if you took their toy away for vengeance. It's exactly what it sounds like. I raised 4 kids. Trust me, I've seen it over and over. You get one of them gets something, the other one doesn't, and they respond by doing something like this, and that's exactly what it seems like.
You've had 4 kids. He's had 12.
Yeah.
You've raised 4. He hasn't raised any.
He hasn't met 3 of them.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, but whatever. I mean, it's his money. He can do whatever he wants, and let's face it. I mean, Twitter, if it destroys itself, it's not going to ruin society. Actually, it may be better because of it. So go ahead, ruin it. It'll be better. Life will be better without Twitter. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us.
That's my favorite app.
77031. Is it really?
Oh, that's my favorite social media platform. I'm on Twitter all the time.
It used to be. It used to be mine for sure, and then I just kind of got tired of it because it just kind of turned into this soup of worthlessness.
Oh, it's negative Nellyville without a doubt. But
yeah, and the thing is I can sift through it and read all the stuff and get what I want out of it without getting sucked into the eddy of dumb. I can do that, but the fact is like since I dropped TikTok, like I don't really do the social thing very much. I really don't. I mean, honestly, I don't.
You're scrolling videos every break.
No,
dude.
but not every break. But and the thing is, it's like Instagram Reels, and it's not even close to what TikTok was. But anyway, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Bills is your 3 o'clock keyword, BILLS. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Can we do something? Is there any way we can push a narrative out to the public?
Is that
kind of what we do, right?
Yeah, no. Our boy Slick, who is here help running the News Junkie while C-Lane is on vacation.
Yeah.
He's here at the board after the show. He's a great guy. Comes in to say hey before he leaves today. And we go to shake hands. And we do 15 things with our hands before we actually make contact. What happened? Why are there so many ways to greet each other? There used to be one way. You stuck out your hand, the other person stuck their hand out.
And then COVID happened.
You clasped them together, and then you shook hands, and you looked at each other and said, good to see you. Have a good day. Good seeing you. How's things? Hope it's great. Have a wonderful time, whatever the case may be. We went in for a fist bump, then a handshake, and then wound up doing that thing where you clasp them together, like you know, I don't even know what you call that.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that handshake where you
where you just your fingers kind of hook together?
You slap them together, and then it kind of hooks together.
Yeah. And then when if you want to get fancy, then when you pull them apart, you do it slowly and you snap them back. Yeah.
So there's all that. So what happened? Why is it all that? Can we just get up? Can we all, for the sake of not looking dumb, every time we just go to shake hands or show some courtesy to another person? Do women have this problem, by the way?
No.
This is not a female thing,
hug.
right?
They hug.
Yeah.
You guys don't dap, right?
Yeah, they do something way worse in your eyes.
Which is what?
Hug.
They hug.
Yeah.
But you don't, okay, so not all women hug, though. I mean, if you're in a business meeting and you're meeting a client for the very first time, you don't lean in for a hug.
And not all men do this.
You guys just shake hands, though, right? That's
yeah.
No, women don't dap, and women don't do the bro hug. They don't bump chest. They don't do what do you even call that? Do we have a name for that?
Some women do.
No, dude.
I think.
Have you seen a woman do that?
Have you recognized that there are 4 billion women?
I'm telling
you're
you.
going to tell me all 4 billion all act one way?
I've never seen a woman dap. Not once ever have I seen a woman stick her fist out and fist bump dap. Not once ever.
Okay, let me show you.
You can
election night 2008, Michelle Obama with Barack Obama.
Yeah, I did not.
Boom.
I did not see that. I wasn't watching the 2008. Yeah, I wasn't watching that.
We're watching election results.
Yeah. Well, not that night. Maybe not that night.
We're talking about billions of people. Yes, there are women that dap. There are women that don't.
How often do you see women dap?
If you want to talk minority or majority, absolutely.
But what I'm saying is
all the time.
Yeah, there's a minority and majority to everything.
You see women dap all the time.
Yeah, I
really.
I dap with women.
Where do you see that? Where do you see women dapping all the time?
I dap my wife.
Yeah.
I dap my wife.
Same.
Yeah, Chris and I dap.
Do you really?
Oh yeah.
Do women dap each other though?
Yeah, I would like.
Yeah.
It would depend on the woman.
When's the last woman you dapped?
I bet
Carmen.
I bet you would find a whole bunch of daps on any female athletics.
All right, but
there's a place where you would probably see it.
Who initiated this handshake with you? And
I don't know.
Slick?
That's caused this much anger.
No, I'm not angry about it. It's just it's one of those things like I hate looking dumb. And when you stick your hand out, and he stuck his hand out to shake my hand, I created the dap because usually we dap. So he did the dap, and then I opened my hand back up, and we wound up just rubbing our hands together for a few minutes, and then we walked away. It was weird, like our hands had sex in a bathroom of a club, and then we walked away.
This all stemmed from the awkwardness of you did one thing, I did the other.
It was ridiculous.
And you couldn't just dap and move on. You had to now justify, okay, now let's do the handshake part.
He went in one way, expecting me just to do the regular old white guy handshake.
He recognized you're a white guy. You recognize he's a black guy, and he's like, oh, I got to be cool here.
That's what happened.
No. That's not what happened.
It's racially
I've only dapped with him.
Because he's black.
And I dap with you. You and I do not shake hands.
I don't even know that.
We dap.
All right.
Jack and I
dap
shake
before
hands.
the show.
You and I, we dap every day before the show.
Every day
when you
before the
leave,
show.
we dap.
Okay, so with that said, why are there so many options? Why is it? Well, by the way, we don't need all these options for just being courteous to each other.
No, we do not.
The handshake was just fine.
We do not need any remix to the handshake.
We don't.
I got worse news for you.
Oh God, I don't need any more bad news.
Give it to him, Russ.
My voice is dying.
We wanted to remix the handshake.
Yeah.
That's why it
Howie
happened.
Mandel's the reason the DAP started. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Howie Mandel, the germ freak, he is the one who started the dapping thing because on the pyramid thing, what was it called? The money game he played, the video, what was the...
Deal or No Deal.
Yeah, Deal or No Deal.
It was a famous germaphobe.
You know, when the people would come up and, he would go to shake. And, I met Howie years ago at Disney when we first started radio, like 94, 95. And I remember him coming in for the interview. And, of course, you extended your hand to shake. And he said, hey, I don't shake. And then he did the dap thing. That's the first time I ever remember that ever happening. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, he spread that on television. And then the dap thing became the dap.
Like,
that's the
and it really blew up. We're serious about election night 2008 with the Obamas. They did it, and it became a thing was talked about.
Really?
And then
That's
more
wild.
people. Oh yeah.
Howie was doing it 10 years before that, maybe even more.
Well, and Howie made. I'm sure other people have done it, but Howie made it popular because he's on television.
Right?
doing it. Yeah.
That's wild that a DAP used to make headlines.
And then now you wind up doing some weird Rochambeau game where you're sticking your fist out. Somebody wraps their hand around it as they're just shaking your fist. Or you stick your hand out and they're trying to bro slap you or whatever. And then I don't know if I'm supposed to chest bump. I don't know what's going on. I need rules.
I only see those awkward handshake meltdowns when it's a white guy and a black guy. Yeah.
Because somebody
interracial handshakes.
Someone just texted us at 77031. You got your white friend, you got a shake normal. You got your hood friend, got the special dap and chest bump hug thing. Then the dirty friend, you fist bump.
Oh yeah.
So there's a whole list here.
Well, then there's another one where you do the shake. What's that one where you interlock the thumbs? Like it's almost like you're arm wrestling, and then you reach in for the chest bump. What is that? There's another edition. There's 4 now.
Okay, so that's the alpha male hug.
Oh, is that what it is?
Because what you're doing is you're keeping the connected arms in between you to make sure there's not too much physical contact.
There you go.
There's no P on P contact.
Yeah.
Hey, let's just be glad we don't have to sniff each other's butts to say hello.
I'd almost rather do that than look as dumb as I look with Slick a second ago.
When you do that handshake hug, that's a male thing.
It was so bad. It was like I was making a pizza. I don't even know what to do with my hands. I'm flinging them all over the place like I had something on them.
Well, the beautiful thing is there's no one in the building to have seen it.
Oh, God. I'm glad you weren't in here to see it. You think differently of me.
I don't.
Worse than you already think of me.
No, but I am getting you a cough drop.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Got a lot to talk about today. What'd you do that's new at 4 o'clock? We'll find out what Jack has to offer. Deb, news?
Yeah, we've got some good news finally, if you believe it or not.
One handshake?
Yeah, UPS and the Teamsters. Who cares if they dapped it or handshake?
Yeah, really, I don't care. They could bro bump it. They could pee bump it. I don't care.
Exactly. They've averted a strike. That's good news.
They can bump and grind it.
Something we're definitely following ourselves, but Seminole County leaders are right at this moment discussing contaminated tap water.
Are they really?
Uh-huh.
Really? Are they discussing it with anybody else?
They heard about it from our show.
Yeah. Trust me.
It's been interesting to see the local news coverage of it. And Oppenheimer is leading to more than just busy movie theaters. We'll tell you that, why, and more coming up next during Woke News.
All right, you got it. 407-916-1041. Don't forget your 3 o'clock keyword is Bills, BILLS. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Back with Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
If you're going to give up your personal information to a giant, merciless corporation, might as well listen to something good. So tell Alexa to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for slowdowns due to an accident on Lake Mary Boulevard heading westbound at I-4. All southbound lanes are closed due to an accident on Kirkman Road between L.B. McLeod Road and Conroy Road. You can expect your regular delays this afternoon on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Guys, it's a fact when it comes to your health, early detection saves lives, no question about it. And when it comes to your long-term health care, you certainly want the most information possible for sure, and that is where Life Imaging FLA comes into play with their free heart scan. With Life Imaging FLA, there's no guessing game. Hard data in real time so you can create a healthcare plan that's proactive and not reactive. That's right. Don't wait for something to happen to you until you make a move. Learn now and then make that move so it doesn't happen to you. My full body scan from Life Imaging FLA, I had some things I had to attack, 3 of them actually, and I did just that, making those appointments with my primary care physician using the information from Life Imaging FLA. Do what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan with just a few minimum requirements. That's a $699 value, by the way. And while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well. It's easy. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan and you'll be connected in seconds. Guys, do not wait. People are learning about things they have in their body they never even knew, and they're correcting it to live longer. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Divorce? Call Trindley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Attention, your money is now controlled by the U.S. government.
Picture a world where your every purchase is monitored,
tracked, and controlled by those in power to suppress the freedoms of those they see fit. Hi, my name is Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer and New York Times bestselling author. And right now, I've become very focused on the impending rollout of the central bank digital currency. This is not a work of fiction. It's a terrifying reality looming on the horizon. But there is a bit of good news. I've partnered with Advantage Gold to offer you a solution. They are specialists in converting your traditional assets, like those inside an IRA or 401k, into tangible assets such as physical gold and silver. Don't allow your money to be controlled. Claim your free gold protection kit from Advantage Gold. Call 800-900-8000, 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor.
Call 800-900-8000.
Deals on the McD app are kind of like cool breezes on a hot summer day. You don't know when they're coming, but when they hit, there's nothing quite like them. Save time and get back to summer fun when you order ahead on the app. Pick up a juicy, tender McCrispy, golden fries, and a refreshing Dr. Pepper. It's 30% off your entire order when you spend $5 using mobile order and pay on the McD app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 6/1/23 through 12/31/23 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Dr. Pepper is a registered trademark of Dr. Pepper 7-Up, Inc.
A meal at McDonald's brings my family closer together. And now that same meal helps bring other families closer together. When we order a family bundle deal that has 40 crispy chicken McNuggets and 2 large fries, McDonald's donates 50 cents to local Florida Ronald McDonald House Charities chapters, providing a home away from home so families can stay close to their child during medical care. We can also round up our order and the extra will get donated. Food, family, and helping others? What could be better? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Try new extra charged Dunkin' Refreshers with 50% more caffeine. Yes, 50% more caffeine. Available for a limited time, so try it today. America runs on Dunkin'. Drinks are fruit flavored. Contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Price and participation may vary.
Here's something you've never heard before.
Stop. This is Simply Safe.
Introducing 24/7 lifeguard protection, only from Simply Safe Home Security. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. Advanced Home Security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
At Consumer Cellular, you get the same exact coverage as the largest carriers for up to half the cost. Same thing, up to half the cost. Less money for the exact same thing. Hope this is clear enough. Consumer Cellular, when freedom calls, they're here to answer. Switch today and get a second month of service for free. Go to consumercellular.com/free month and enter promo code free month. Half the cost savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 5 gigabyte data plan and unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon May 2023. Promotion subject to terms and conditions.
Protect your engine with Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec is designed for today's engines to dissipate heat and reduce friction and wear. Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $33.99, plus 2 times O Rewards points. Limits apply. Choose Syntec exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
When it comes to $1 small Slurpee drinks at 7-Eleven, no one's doing it like you. You're inventing new flavor combos, throwing caution to the wind. You're a frozen fizz whiz, a pina colada prodigy. You mix cherry and blue raspberry like a pro. Only you know the perfect ratio. Just when they think you're done, you add a splash of summertime citrus, just because you can. And because your small Slurpee drink masterpiece is just $1 at 7-Eleven. Slurpee, anything flows. Expires 12/31/2023 plus tax. Visit store for details.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Good afternoon, Colbert crew. This is E. Dizzle. I do have to say, Jim, dab is a thing. I dab my wife. I dab with my daughter. We call it pound. Give me a pound. Little pakata. It's the way to do it nowadays, man. Quit being a boomer, Jimbo.
I'm not being a boomer.
Great show.
I'm not being a boomer.
That came from a boomer, dude.
I'm not even old enough to be a boomer. My
Oh,
God.
but you play the role so well.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. Bills is your 3 o'clock keyword. Get over there. Get that money. We had a winner last Friday. Looking to add to the quiver of winners. So Bills, go to realradio.fm and send it off. Maybe you can win that $1,000. Remember, if you're playing the game, stay near your phone. That's how they tell you you've won.
Please.
I am Jim. Jack is there.
Hi.
And Ross is there.
Oh, yeah.
And Deb is there with the news.
You know it.
And now,
I do know it.
It's time for Woke News. It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole woke on the Jim Colbert Show.
And Woke News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Like I said, finally some good news to kick things off. And the UPS and Teamsters are avoiding a strike after reaching a tentative agreement on a new labor contract. I was just reading today how the medical field was getting ready for the strike because everything from
how about the everything
Band-Aids,
field?
Yeah, exactly.
My God.
Bandages to medical equipment you need at home, all of that could have been would have been affected.
I bet FedEx just went, damn! Damn, we were looking to triple the profits this year.
A strike by UPS workers would have been the largest in U.S. history. Now, ratification of the new 5-year deal could take about 3 weeks. But UPS CEO Carol Tome called it a, quote, win-win, end quote, agreement for employees and customers. The union represents more than 300,000 workers at the package center, so we'll keep you up to date on that.
Big ups!
Governor Ron DeSantis is uninjured after he was involved in a car crash in Tennessee. The crash happened while the Republican presidential candidate was en route to a campaign event in Chattanooga this morning. Spokesman Brian Griffin says DeSantis and his team did not suffer any injuries. No details of the wreck were released. DeSantis has 3 campaign events scheduled for today in Tennessee, but then came later word this afternoon that he now shed about a third of his campaign staff.
Yeah, I heard the EMT learned how to do it as a slave.
Well, at least it's a skill he'll be able to take into the future.
That's ridiculous.
The Coast Guard is suspending its search for a man who apparently jumped from a cruise ship off the coast of Florida. 30-year-old Jalen Hill was reported missing on Sunday from the Carnival Elation. Security video appears to show Hill jumping from the deck as the ship was heading to a stop in Jacksonville. Coast Guard crews searched more than 1,300 square miles in the search for Hill. Petty Officer Eric Rodriguez issued a statement offering, quote, their deepest condolences, end quote, to the Hill family.
The call of the void.
Yeah.
I know, it's weird, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Do we know if that was do we ever know if those are suicides or just like dares or just somebody gets drunk? I mean, a portion of those have to be suicides, right?
Yes.
I believe so. Like this specifically sounds like it would be because it's security video.
On the way back.
You know, and he jumped, whereas the earlier
Right.
case that we had talked about was a man was leaning over his balcony and then fell. All right, the top police official in Miami-Dade County is in the hospital after an apparent suicide attempt. We had talked about this story yesterday in Woke News and talked about kind of the mystery that surrounded exactly what happened. Police Director Freddie Ramirez shot himself in the head Sunday in Hillsborough County. The 52-year-old was found in a car on the side of I-75 with a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. Now, he was taken to a Tampa hospital, and he is in critical but thankfully stable condition. CBS News Miami reports he is expected to survive but may lose vision in one eye. Stephanie Daniels was named interim police director, and J.D. Ramirez will replace Ramirez as county safety director. And as a reminder, if you or a loved one is struggling, doesn't matter the job that you hold, the title that you have, you can call the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline anytime. Meanwhile, a violent argument with his wife is what appears to have led Miami-Dade's top cop to try and take his own life. Ramirez and his wife were staying at a Tampa hotel this weekend for a law enforcement conference, and at least 3 witnesses report seeing them arguing at one point. The witnesses tell the Miami Herald that Ramirez had his wife against a wall and his hands around her throat.
Okay.
CBS News Miami also reports a witness, I had told you this yesterday, saw Ramirez put his gun in his mouth outside the hotel. Ramirez denied that, though, and police say there just wasn't enough evidence to invoke the Baker Act. They had gone to the hotel to speak to him and his wife.
Okay.
He assured them that he was not going to harm himself or anyone else. They were allowed to leave the hotel, got into another argument, and that's when he shot himself.
So I guess is it? So you can just choke your wife out and that's fine? Like no charges were pressed because of that? I mean, multiple people witnessed this guy double choking his wife out and he walked away from that? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Good.
What a
There you go.
explosive final chapter to that whole story.
Yeah, and again, they've been so tight-lipped about
Yeah.
this that when you hear that the head cop from Miami-Dade County, one of the biggest counties, not just in Florida, but in the whole country, is in Tampa and gets shot, and there's all this mystery around it. At one point, they said the Florida Highway Patrol was investigating and that the Florida Department of Law Enforcement was investigating.
They're terrible investigators then, because they had multiple witnesses saw this guy push his wife against the wall and double choke her out.
Well, they did, like I said, they did go and interview him at the hotel. That they were then asked to leave the hotel, and it was in the car that the altercation
Look, man,
occurred.
you're going to have to go choke her somewhere else.
So the interview happened, and then afterwards, he Fight Clubbed himself.
Yeah.
Well, after the interview, where they interview he and his wife at the hotel, where the witnesses reported seeing them arguing, he told them, "No, we're cool. It was an argument." The wife said, "Yes, it was just an argument."
Yep, just joshing.
And they were allowed to leave. And it was in leaving when he was in his vehicle on I-75 rather. That was when he had the self-inflicted gunshot wound. Also in South Florida, Surfside commissioners are going to hear from family members of victims of the Champlain Towers collapse tonight about extending a memorial onto the site of the tragedy. Now, Annette Hurst lost her brother and his family in the collapse, and she says, listen, her family just wants a small area near the water to visit and reflect on their loss. As you can imagine, the developer of the waterfront lot, let's say that again, the developer of the waterfront lot in South Florida doesn't want to give up a large portion of the property.
Or any portion of the property that reminds people that a whole bunch of people died right there where they were living.
Well, East Oceanside...
And they're about to spend $1 million on a condo, sorry.
Yeah, well, they're going to be spending a lot more than that. East Oceanside Development hopes to build a 12-story condominium building with 57 residences on the nearly 2-acre beachfront lot.
There you go.
I bet you that next building is going to be probably the safest building.
Buy now.
Let's hope.
There's no way, right?
Let's hope.
Like flying after a crash, right?
Yeah, let's hope. All right, closer to home, Seminole County leaders, as we speak, are discussing solutions regarding contaminated drinking water.
Mm-hmm.
Commissioners are meeting where they plan to talk about a high concentration of a specific toxic chemical discovered in tap water throughout the county, as we've spoken about here. And, of course, the Orlando Sentinel is the one that broke it. The harmful chemical known as 1,4-dioxane was discovered in Lake Mary, Sanford, and other communities west of I-4 about 9 years ago. Now, since the findings were released, the Orlando Sentinel reports some of the impacted areas have been able to reduce exposure. Several commissioners are calling on the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency to create new protections. The meeting began at 2 o'clock this afternoon. I saw Lee Constantine talking about how they immediately took action and immediately started testing and letting residents know. And so I just thought I'd bring you that good news.
I don't understand how the EPA can test for 90 contaminants and this not being one of them, and this is a cancer-causing carcinogen.
And why we would have to wait until 4 years when Yale is done with its research to tell us that something we already know.
And then sitting on 9 years of information, not telling anybody in Seminole County to beware of their water. And right now, I bet there are people living in Lake Mary and Sanford who have no idea if the water they're drinking today is going to put them in the hospital in 2 years.
And some people have known for 20 years.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Oh, I'm going to blow the dust off my pitchfork.
No, seriously.
Let's light some fires.
This is all, I mean, if you live in Seminole County, this Sentinel series is amazing because, one of the families they interviewed said that they had their well tested privately, and the test results came back. Don't cook with it, don't drink it, don't brush your teeth with it, don't bathe it, don't wash your dishes in it, don't even touch it.
You can clean computer parts with it, though.
All right, the National Hurricane Center is keeping a close eye on a low-pressure system in the Atlantic as it heads toward Florida. Now, in the 8 a.m. report, forecasters say the system could develop into a tropical depression or storm as it approaches the Sunshine State's coast. It was last located a few hundred miles southwest of Bermuda, but is expected to move toward the southeast United States later this week, so think of a rainy weekend. It has only a 20% chance right now of forming into a tropical system in the next 7 days. So far, there have been 4 named storms and just 1 hurricane in the 2023 Atlantic hurricane season, but it runs through the end of November. And as we know, it's August and September when things really get smacking.
Yes.
What?
Smacking.
Yeah, smacking.
Smacking.
Yeah,
That's when the fun shows up. All right. Speaking of fun, I think this is a really cool story for families. You know, everyone talking about, we talked about with the Pet Alliance of Greater Orlando, people having to surrender their pets because inflation and food costs. Well, students in Orange County schools won't have to pay for meals this year.
I saw that. That was crazy.
The school district announced yesterday it's going to offer free meals to all students. Now, officials say they believe every student deserves access to healthy and nutritious meals, regardless of socioeconomic status. We know that's true. Any teacher can tell you the difference a breakfast can make when a child's, their ability to pay attention and stay awake in class and learn. So I think that's great news. This isn't good news. So grateful I filled up last night because there was a big jump in Florida gas prices overnight. AAA reports the state average rose more than 8 cents since yesterday.
Saw it $3.69 coming into work today. $3.69.
Hey,
$3.65.
The current average is $3.55 per gallon. That is still 16 cents higher than a week ago and 20 cents more than this time last month. Now, where did you see $3.69?
Yeah, over Winter Springs, over by Jack's joint.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Ooh, fancy over there in Winter Springs.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, we
with
got
their
it.
$3.69.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I get gas at Costco.
Yeah.
In Altamont.
I don't know how fancy it was. It was Cumberland Farms. It was half a smoke shop. So I'm not 100 on the fancy part, but whatever.
Well, listen, if you don't want to go by car, maybe you want to go by train. And Brightline is expected to begin its last round of test runs in Central Florida later this week. The high-speed train is scheduled to take part in another trial along a 41-mile track in Brevard County starting as soon as Friday. Have you guys started seeing the TV commercials?
I did. I was just about to tell you. I saw my first one the other day, and I was like, God, they made it look good.
I know. I saw my first one last night. I was like, damn, I can't wait to book a ticket.
What a bright line my ass off down to Miami.
The assessment should last about a week with the train reaching a speed of up to 110 miles per hour.
Yes.
People can expect delays between 9 and 7. Because, there's nothing going on Monday through Friday between 9 and 7 p.m. once testing gets underway. Brightline is planning to start offering services between South Florida and Orlando International Airport in September.
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
I am too.
Give me all this mass transit from
You like that,
Orlando
huh?
to Miami to Tampa.
Yeah.
Yes, I need it.
So you can go to your Inter Miami games in Fort Lauderdale or wherever they are. Right?
No, Jack. No. It's so I can gamble down in Miami.
Okay, much better.
And then I can forget whatever I did the last 3 days.
Well, speaking of airports, a new ranking from travel experts puts a small Central Florida airport on top among Florida's best. Taking into account things like ease of security to timely takeoffs, cost of hotels within a 5-mile radius, and more, FloridaRentals.com rates Melbourne Orlando International Airport number 1 in Florida
I'll be damned.
with a score of 74 out of 100.
Mm-hmm.
This I don't understand.
Yeah, all right. That's not that good of a score.
Miami International Airport is second best in the state.
Yeah, I've never been through there.
You haven't?
I've not flown in or out of Miami.
It's technically one of the circles of hell.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
in Dante's Inferno?
Divine Comedy. Yeah. I'm not sure
I
which
think
one.
it's 7. I think it's number 7.
Yeah, and Tampa International ranks 3rd. I've never flown out of Tampa. I've heard good things about
My
that.
daughter flies all over the world, and she swears that Tampa's airport is the best.
That's what I've heard.
She loves it.
And they've got another airline coming there to serve Canadians, specifically those coming from the city of Calgary. That's going to be over at Tampa International Airport. All right, also South Florida, a couple of pretty cool stories here. This next one, the Celia Cruz Quarter is coming in 2024.
The Celia Cruz Quarter. Oh, quarter.
Yes.
Coin.
A coin quarter.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, not that kind of quarter.
No.
The U.S. Mint says Miami's Cuban queen of salsa will be the first Afro-Latina to be featured on a U.S. coin.
Cool.
On the reverse side of the quarter, yep, Celia is wearing a Roomba-style dress with her signature slogan, Azúcar, inscribed along with her name, which means sugar.
Oh, there you go.
It'll be the 14th coin in the American Women Quarters program.
Very cool.
I also like when we do stuff like this. I'll never forget when I saw that gold coin of Sacagawea.
Yeah.
That's how I learned about Sacagawea.
That's how a lot of us learned about Sacagawea.
That's a powerful thing.
It's a $2 coin, right?
I thought it
Was
was
it a dollar?
I thought it was
a dollar,
It
but
was a golden coin.
close in size to
Yes.
a quarter,
Yeah.
which was the problem for older folk.
Because you wouldn't, well, and vending machines, you'd
Yeah.
put that bad boy in and it would treat it like it was a quarter and it wouldn't give you 3/4 back. All right, a pot of orcas. I have to say, I was shocked when I read this. I did not know that this happened, but a pot of orcas has surfaced off the coast of Key Largo to the delight of locals. Video of the killer whales was captured and posted on social media. Orcas are the largest of the dolphin family and one of the world's most powerful predators. And they live in all of the world's oceans, including the Atlantic Ocean off Florida's east coast.
I'll be damned. I did not know that.
I did not either, but how cool if you're
Yeah.
in Key Largo and you get to see a pot of orcas.
Yes, not cool if you're in a kayak.
or stand-up paddleboard.
They're eating
Oh,
those
yeah.
things. They're eating those things like Kit Kats.
Meanwhile, this is pretty cool. An island in southwest Florida is experiencing a record-breaking number of sea turtle nests this season. The Sanibel Captiva Conservation Foundation posted on Facebook saying more than 1,100 loggerhead sea turtles have laid their eggs along the two island communities since March. The organization says how many hatchlings have emerged from their nests so far?
I will
this
go
This is since March.
3,000.
Okay. Jack?
I hate it when you say it like that.
Yeah.
Because that means I'm way off. And I'm being the sacrificial lamb on this game, okay?
Hey, you jumped in first.
3,000.
All right.
I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, you are.
I'll go 25,000. There you go.
Oh, that's a gap.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you going to do with it, Jack?
Are you going to shoot it?
What
You gonna shoot
are
it?
you going to do with it?
Jack, you going to shoot it?
I thought he was high. I was going to go low, but
He doesn't look high.
No.
Oh,
7,000.
you are the closest. 10,500
Oh, very good.
hatchlings have emerged
nailed
so
it.
far.
All right, very good.
Now,
Like almost right on the money.
the historic
closer than Ross.
numbers, but keep in mind, the historic numbers come after Hurricane Ian devastated that area nearly 10 months ago. So, as you can imagine, forcing most businesses and homes to close up.
So nobody to bother them.
This has caused less light pollution.
Yep.
This has caused reduced hazards that sea turtles typically face. And what we're seeing is a record number now taking over those island communities.
The one thing I hear that's really killing them, though, is they can't get nest insurance.
What do we know anything what's going on in the sea turtle community?
He did you a favor there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good joke.
Because I don't understand.
It's coastal, you know?
Do we know?
Very topical.
Do we know why these sea turtles are, getting at it?
What do you mean getting at it? That's what they do, player.
No, but they're having a record birth.
Yeah, but she just told you the reason why. There's nobody there.
There's nobody there.
Remember during the pandemic when we watched the animal video about how the animal life was with people staying at home, animals were thriving.
Yeah.
It was so
we're
bittersweet.
We're the only ones that suffered the COVID. The planet did great.
Yeah.
Time out.
Yeah.
We're the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys remember
Yeah, it was
a
great.
specific couple of stories from that stuck out for me? One was the cheetah moms who, when they chirped in the field, their cubs could actually hear them because they weren't being surrounded by safari jeeps circling them, so that the mothers had to call that much louder and louder, and the cubs couldn't hear them. And then the whales. Mother whales were able to leave their newborns and go feed and still talk to each other because they could still hear each other. There weren't cruise ships that were getting in the way of those conversations.
Yeah, wow.
So they decide to go ahead having like sea turtle orgy real fast. They go ahead, boost up their population because we got out of their way.
No, because we got out of their way in terms of regular hazards they would face and light hazards. That means that the more nests, they're more viable. There's more hatchlings coming out. So like Jack said, we are the problem.
I'm sorry if I'm sad. I just found out that my kind, our species, we've been sea-blocking sea turtles the entire time.
Yeah, we have.
I'm not really used to that news yet.
All right, well, Oppenheimer.
My joke was at least that good. My joke was at least that good.
We know half of the show has seen the brand new film Oppenheimer. Well, it's leading to more than just busy movie theaters.
All right.
I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you, after
People
seeing
have
the movie.
your own do it yourself atomic bomb kit?
No,
What?
the U.S. Army is going to host an open house.
It's Legos, Jack.
Of the New Mexico Trinity site.
Really?
Yeah, in October.
Wow.
And it's warning about huge crowds due to the release of Christopher Nolan's latest film. So the open house on White Sands Missile Range will be held October 21st. And the Army says if visitors are not among the first 5,000 in line, then they're not going to get through the gates before the site closes.
It's already pretty popular out there. We were out there in Las Cruces and went to White Sands, but just the one area. Of course, we didn't go to the where they dropped the bomb, but we were in that area, and it's kind of crazy.
I've heard it's creepy.
It's kind of weird.
Scary.
I mean, you're driving around and you look, and there's like desert everywhere, and then you look to the right, and it looks like there's an ocean and a beach. And then you get up there near it, and it's just these mounds, just dunes as far as you can see of crystal white, like gypsum sand, I think is what it is. Crazy. It is bananas.
Well, the Army hosts visits to the site of the first atomic bomb test twice a year. The next one for after October is scheduled for April 6th, 2024.
Yeah.
Kind of around Jack's birthday.
Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go, Jack.
Thank you.
Do you want to go see where the world kind of ended?
And celebrate your birthday?
As your world started?
That's what I did for my birthday. What is it? 10 a.m.? Let's go watch this.
And just bring your cake in batter form. The radiation will cook it in your hands.
He's back, baby.
Yeah, he is. There he goes.
I cannot get cake insurance. Killing it. That's 2 in a row. I'm going home. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Now you all are officially woke. I get to go first.
407-916-1041. Thanks, Deb. 916-1041. You can text us at 77031. Bills, by the way, is your 3 o'clock keyword. Go to realradio.fm and send it off for your chance at $1,000. We'll be back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
So until they ban it, you can still find us here at Real Radio 104.1 on TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey everybody, Jamie King, Fox 35 Storm Center. Want to update you Central Florida weather as we course through midday for you on this Tuesday. Area highs today reaching for the low 90s. We'll call it 93. A lot of sun, increasing clouds, afternoon rain chance after 2 to 3 p.m. at about 40%. Another scattered shower and storm type of day for you. 77 for you tonight. All the rain wrap it up after just about 8 p.m. in the 9 o'clock hour. We'll keep you updated on that. Dry conditions overnight. 94 Wednesday. A rain chance for the p.m. at 50%. For Fox 35, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Get ready for some serious price relief from International Diamond Center. Starting August 1st, IDC's Summer of Savings event is back with 2 amazing offers. First, you can get 20% off all wedding bands. Yes, save 20% off every stunning wedding band. Thousands to choose from, all top designers included. Or for everything else at IDC, you can choose offer number 2. 3 years, 0 interest financing. And IDC will cover your first 2 payments. That's right, you can get a beautiful engagement ring, bracelet, or pendant. Spread your payments over 36 months, and IDC will even cover your first 2 payments. Earrings, anniversary bands, even certified diamonds. At International Diamond Center, we know these days you want and deserve the best possible value. So we're rolling back both prices and finance rates. So come see us in August and get an extraordinary 20% off the top savings on all wedding bands. Or buy anything else and get 3 years, 0 interest financing. And let us even take care of the first 2 payments. Get ready to save at International Diamond Center's Summer of Savings event starting August 1st. 4 Orlando locations. On approved credit, some product restrictions apply.
GiveMeTheVin.com created the computer site Unseen Bid. All these copycats, they take your information and they sell it to 3, 4, 5, 6 other dealers. We do not do that. When you go to GiveMeTheVin.com, we treat you like a customer, not a number. We pay the most, we pay fast, and we take care of you because you're our customer. And that's why our reviews are awesome. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer for a reason.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride. Autio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Autio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
Right now, getting a home insured in Florida feels like... Thankfully, there's Open House, a tech-enabled home insurance provider that is saving Floridians hundreds, just in time for hurricane season. Get an online quote in seconds and join your neighbors who dropped for Open House. Start saving today at openhouseinsurance.com. See openhouseinsurance.com for details. This advertisement does not constitute a binding offer or guarantee of coverage.
Are your health insurance premiums making you sick? Did you go with one of those high-deductible, limited network Obamacare plans? Well, you're not stuck with it. Or did you go with a health plan outside of the marketplace that's costing you an arm and a leg? There are better options. The folks at USABG Florida offer plans where you only meet a deductible if you go into a hospital. You pick your doctors, and it's 30 to 60% lower than most other plans. If you pay for your own health insurance, you're uninsured, you're on COBRA, or your employer coverage is just too expensive, you need to talk to an expert. Call USABG Florida at 321-380-4540. That's 321-380-4540. Or go to USABGFlorida.com. That's USABGFlorida.com. They can customize a plan chosen and managed by you, not the government. Don't let your health insurance premiums keep making you sick. Call USABG Florida today at 321-380-4540 or USABGFlorida.com.
Hey, it's Jesse Kelly. When a restaurant closes, my reaction is, that sucks. They had good steak. When regional banks close, or 3 of them close overnight, it freaks me out. This is why I have my own personal gold reserve. It's part of my personal protection plan. Call my friends at Oxford Gold Group. Call 833-404-GOLD. 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
Hear that? That's the sound of water coming from leaking pipes. Hi, this is Pete from Repipe Specialists. Let's end those leaks and the damages they can cause to your walls, ceilings, and floors by replacing those old, corroded, or brittle pipes with high-quality new ones. With over 30 years of experience and work that's guaranteed for life, Repipe Specialists will expertly and seamlessly repipe your entire home in just 1 to 2 days. Call us by this Saturday to save 20%. So long, water-dripping drum solos. If you have leaks or even low water pressure, call Repipe Specialists now at 407-337-4020 to schedule a free home estimate and to save 20% on your entire job, plus 0 down, 0 interest financing for the first 18 months on approved credit, local and insured. Call 407-337-4020 or go to repipe.com. That's 407-337-4020. Repipe.com. Repipe Specialists, making your repipe job fast, seamless, and simple. That's our specialty.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Yeah, what is it with this X stuff? HBO Max just becoming Max. Twitter wanting to become X. There's X Games, there's X-Men. What the hell?
It's so confusing. I don't have a handshake. I've got all these other things to learn. Can't learn the stuff I need to learn now. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Pretty fired up about the poker tournament. I'm going to be dead honest with you. It's something I really look forward to every year. It's just happening in a couple weeks, and it's going to be a blast. By the way, we still have the casino passes available. If you did not get into the tournament, which is already sold out in record time, 2.5 days, the casino passes are available. That's $60. So for the people who did buy a tournament ticket, understand that does not get anybody else in. It's not a +1. That gets you in, and then you get to play the tournament. But if you have somebody who wants to join you, but they don't like playing poker, they don't want to do that, that's perfectly fine. The casino pass is only $60, and you get to do everything involved except the tournament. That's the only thing that's omitted. You get the food from Hard Rock Cafe. You get to be part of the silent auction. You get to meet everybody. You get to go play the casino.
It's the bee's knees event, man.
It really is.
That's where all the cool people are.
Yeah, it's a social event of the year that involves everyone from Real Radio, but also casino passes. If you're there, you get access to the Black IT Today, who is providing an offshore fishing charter, tip included. That's over $1,100 value. Boom. That's going to be one of our raffle items. Polaroid camera set. We have that. We have a Yoho rum prize basket. Thanks to our friend Brian providing some great spice rum there. And Mr. Jim Phillips reached out to me and asked me if I would be interested in, he wanted to donate this item. He has a new hobby.
Oh, God.
These items he makes sell between $300 and $400.
Okay, so he made whips. Then he also made chopsticks, which I have a pair of those. I've never got a whip, but I do have chopsticks. Let's see. Would I be able to guess this? Is it something you can use?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is
yes.
it a once or twice a year use?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a wooden bidet?
You got the medium is correct.
Yeah, he
it's
likes to work
not
with
a
wood.
bidet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a bow and arrow?
It is not, but you are in a ballpark there.
Dreidel.
Who would use a bow and arrow?
Oh, an archer.
Okay.
Native American.
Work on that line.
Tomahawk.
That line of thinking.
Oh, a flute.
Dream catchers.
Combine it. No.
A
no.
dream flute.
No. A flute is so close.
A piccolo.
Native American, not a flute.
A drum.
Not a didgeridoo.
A drum.
No. Not a musical instrument.
Flute is a musical instrument. You said I was
Native
close.
American.
Like a blow dart thing.
Also something that would go
spear.
in your mouth.
Oh, what?
Isn't that
a pipe?
You.
Oh, wow, really?
I knew I was going to get that one.
A
right.
handmade replica Lakota Sioux ceremonial pipe.
Yeah, that's where you smoke the weeds in.
Yeah, let me get
They
that.
smoke the weeds in that.
He said it's for sage, and he will also provide a leather
There
pouch
we
of
go.
sage
Really?
as well.
That's very
Yes.
nice of him. Don't you think?
It is beautiful.
That's awesome.
Who smokes sage? You can smoke sage.
No, you use sage to get rid of bad spirits and stuff, dude.
Well, if he gives me a pipe and sage,
Am I close?
yeah.
Okay, good.
If you give me a pipe and sage, I'm going to assume
No,
you want me to smoke
No,
it.
you don't smoke the sage, buddy.
I didn't think so.
You make a
This
rub
is
out of it.
Handmade, unique item that will be one of the many items available in our silent auction. And we'll also have tickets for Orlando City to take on Inter Miami.
Yeah.
A game that might feature Leo Messi.
Very nice.
Meh.
That's very cool. Plus, we have a bunch of other stuff. As this thing gets closer, people will come out of the woodwork. I'm going to throw something in. I don't know what it is yet.
I'm going to have to call Mr. Phillips for this pipe, man.
Yeah.
That sounds dope. I smoke it, all of a sudden I'm smarter and I have a deeper voice.
So the raffle items in silent auction at the event, that's what helps generate money that goes directly to the mustard seed of Central Florida.
100% of it.
So, with this annual event, this is actually the 16th poker tournament. I checked my notes and did the math. Took out the years we missed.
There
And
you go.
we are at number 16 this
Yeah,
year.
it's going to be a good time, man.
Sweet 16.
Happening
Yeah.
at the Orlando Science Center, which is great because you can park right there, walk over the little overpass, plenty of parking, easy to get in, easy to get out.
We love
tons
the
of
venue.
fun. Tons
we
of
love
fun.
the venue. August 19th, and as Jim mentioned, those casino passes. You get this information on our website, realradio.fm/poker.
There you go, 407-916-1041. You know, I'm wearing an outfit today, and I walked in to talk to the boys during the last break, and Ross laughed at me.
He did.
Listen,
He did.
Look, you're laughing now. Why can't I just wear clothes and you not mock me? I already have to deal with the boomer stuff.
This will be
and now you're the youngest member of the crew, and you're mocking me. Nobody else did it. Deb said I look great.
You do look good.
You also look like you're missing a croquet mallet.
I'm wearing white jeans,
Yeah.
which are fine.
But you're pigtails away from being Lil Debbie.
I got white jeans. I got my nice shirt. Do you like this or not?
I do.
It's a nice summer outfit?
It
is
is
not?
a nice summer outfit.
It is a
It
very
takes balls to wear these, by the way.
What time do you pick up the kids?
Use
It just
Is it a summer brunch that you're going to? Oh,
Picnic?
is it a reveal?
Is it a picnic?
It's a gender reveal.
Gender reveal.
It's got gender reveal written all over
It does have
It does a little bit.
It has
yeah.
a-
middle class daytime party.
Doesn't it?
It has a
In
don't-
Winter Park.
Yeah.
Where all the flowers on the tables are white, but we're
Yeah.
really just having a picnic.
This is what I hear when I put this on. Don't stomp. Hold on, let me get this right. This is what I hear when I put this on. Don't stomp the steaming divots.
It just kind of looks like you would look at the price tag and go, $250,000 to see the Titanic? That's a steal.
Let me just get these white jeans off so I can move around a little better. These things literally have been hanging in my closet for at least 3 years since I've worn them last. I went into my closet today and I'm like, I feel daring.
Well, I mean,
And I
you
look
can't
over
wear
there
them
and I'm
after
wearing this.
you can't wear them after Labor Day.
Yeah, so it's a time, and you've
Yeah.
hit your weight.
And that's
You're celebrating.
That's exactly. I didn't hit my weight yet, Jack. You son of a bitch.
What weight are you at?
I'm at 213 now. I've gained a little weight. I was at 210. Then I gained some weight. I had a bad weekend.
Yeah, weekends will do that.
Oh man, the
You're like, that
Heineken.
was only 48 hours.
Yeah, I know, but I did a lot.
Which explains the outfit.
You can't wash down a pound of bacon with a 12-pack of Heineken and expect nothing to happen, buddy.
Yeah.
That's what happens. But did your wife ever call you out when you eat poorly? We went to world famous Cracker Barrel this weekend for breakfast.
Oh, white food for white people.
Because we just had that thing.
I love
that thing.
That's where you bought that outfit.
Yeah.
That's one hell of a gift shop.
I go there.
I shop there all the time.
I go there. Oh, easy. I go there for the triangle game when I get too arrogant. That triangle game just brings me right back down to life. And then the wonderful service and the stacks of pancakes are also a nice throw in. But they give you an opportunity to get different breakfast meats. Smoked sausage, and then one of those things, like they throw them all in. I said, just give me all bacon, right? So I got like six or seven pieces of bacon, and then my wife got bacon for hers, but she only ate one piece, so she gives me her other two pieces of bacon. And I looked at her when I was done. She goes, "Did you just eat half a slab of bacon?" And I said, "How dare you?" It was half a slab plus one. And two pancakes and grits and 3 eggs.
Yeah, there's sometimes. I told my wife, I was like, I think I might get fast food. And then she just hung up. Well, maybe I won't go to Arby's.
Jimmy, I think it's pound 250, just like, heart scan. Is
Yeah.
that what you need?
Listen, that's a once in a 3 month situation. But I got 2-3 months out of the way in one weekend. All right, 407-916. Somebody just put white jeans LMAO.
You do know what that means, right?
I wish I did. I'd be mad.
No, you do. Tell me you do.
Yeah, I know what it means, obviously. Let me eat nothing. All right, 407-916-1041. What'd you do that's new is next?
No.
Your shot at $1,000 is next. Brought to you locally by Mills Air. If you want a shot at $5,000, make sure you're listening to us on our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Looking at some slow traffic on I-4 this afternoon, you will see a crash up in Volusia County, currently blocking the westbound left lane near Dirkskin Drive. Another crash still causing delays on Bumby Avenue at Gore Street. A third crash reported near downtown on Amelia Street at Westmoreland Drive. If you see traffic problems today, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa's new rechargers are energy drinks for everyday doers. Whether you're going out or staying in, power through your day with a new handcrafted iced or frozen Wawa recharger. Gotta have a Wawa.
Guys, inflation is running high. Nobody knows when it's going to stop. That's why you have to buy your windows and doors at FAS right now and lock in your price. They have the biggest window and door showroom in all of Central Florida. 38 unique windows on display ready for you to check out. And by the way, there are considerable differences in all these windows, and that gives you a lot of style opportunities as well. Plus, they're built with impact-resistant glass for security, noise reduction, and maximum efficiency. They have a full line of hurricane windows and doors that always give you free estimates, and they always give you plenty of options, which is great. All their products have a lifetime warranty, and if you act right now, how about rebates of $55 per window and $95 per door? That's no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months financing. That's available as well for a limited time. Their showroom is easy to find. Fairbanks and I-4, slide in, pick out your windows, have them installed. Your AC will work less, your house will feel better, your AC will work longer, your power bills will drop, and your house will be safer. All that is good. Hop online and book your appointment today at FASWD.com.
You probably already know that Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. But now we have a chance for you to earn $5,000. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you the keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. With 13 chances every weekday, you have plenty of opportunities to win $1,000 in your hand. However, if you listen to Real Radio on our free iHeartRadio app, you can earn $5,000. Always remember, if you get the call, you need to answer your phone. That's right. The key to winning is picking up your phone when we call. So don't send us to voicemail. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Baby boomers and retirees, protect yourself from the coming tidal wave of higher taxes. This administration's spend and tax schemes, along with their failed economic policies, are only going to add more to the taxes already being taken of your retirement savings. You can gain retirement tax protection from national talk show wealth strategist and best-selling author Chuck Oliver of The Hidden Wealth Solution. Learn how you can get a head start to be retirement tax smart. Imagine learning proven solutions, saving thousands in unnecessary taxes. Visit retirementprotected.com. Retirementprotected.com.
You can always count on a classic. It's timeless and tastefully legendary. That's the truth behind the Troppy Chop. Often imitated, too delicious to be duplicated. The sauce just won't taste the same. But to really stand out, you gotta stay fresh and move to the beat of your own bowl. The Troppy Chop, only at Pollo Tropical. A classic that never goes out of style.
Sometimes the speed of life is too fast, and your budget needs a beat to catch up. Amscot Cash Advance, up to $500 fast with no credit check. Amscot, some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
I lost 41 pounds on it so far, but I want to lose a little bit more. I went from 241 down to 200. I want to get down to 180.
With the help of Andro 400, Robert lost 41 pounds. Guys, are you having trouble losing stubborn belly fat? If so, try Ultra Max T, a unique blend of natural ingredients that targets and eliminates belly fat. Ultra Max T also suppresses your appetite, so when you eat, you don't eat as much, and yet you won't feel deprived. Ultra Max T curbs sugar cravings, which lowers your impulse to snack in between meals, which adds unnecessary fat to your waistline. Additionally, Ultra Max T boosts and maintains energy levels throughout the day without the typical spike and crash you get from caffeine and sugar. So, to effectively lose belly fat, slim down that waistline, boost energy levels, and to look and feel your best, go to andro400.com. Free shipping plus a 90-day guarantee. andro400.com. That's andro400.com. andro400.com.
O'Reilly. Increase your vehicle's performance and gas mileage with Lucas Fuel Treatment at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Simply add it to your tank at your next fill-up to eliminate carbon and varnish deposits. Right now, get 2 bottles of Lucas Fuel Treatment for $10. See store for details. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Wendy's has homestyle French toast sticks, the honey butter chicken biscuit, or maple bacon chicken croissant? Now that's sweet. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's breakfast.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Wendy's is open till midnight or later, so you can give in to the craving and go night mode. Get what you really want, like a tasty Baconator or fries and a Frosty. When the craving hits, go night mode at Wendy's. See you later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary.
Hey, it's Jesse Kelly. When a restaurant closes, my reaction is, that sucks. They had good steak. When regional banks close, or 3 of them close overnight, it freaks me out. This is why I have my own personal gold reserve. It's part of my personal protection plan. Call my friends at Oxford Gold Group. Call 833-404-GOLD. 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money. M-O-N-E-Y, money. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Oh, Jim. Man, let me tell you about that Cracker Barrel breakfast, buddy. Woo! I get that Country Boy with the steak.
Talk to me.
Let me get, instead of the grits, let me get another side of that
Hash
what
brown.
are those? Oh man,
hash brown
the
casserole.
hash brown's so good.
Get it.
And you get the bacon.
Get it.
It's amazing.
Get it.
That'll give you a heart attack right there alone.
Speaking
I
my
love
language
it.
player.
Oh, I love it.
I do too. That's why I went. All right, 407-916 went up there. Shout out to the Cracker Barrel up in Sanford in I-4. Destroying it. Oh, God, so good.
Don't sleep on that gift shop either.
No, that's good. But I will tell you one thing they have changed, though. Remember the little bottles of syrup? What was the good thing about that, right? That was real maple syrup, right? That was one of the only places that wasn't just like sugar water flavored with that.
Oh, no.
It is not that anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, they got rid of the real maple syrup. They call it all natural syrup now.
Okay.
It's just thin syrup meant to look like maple, but it is not. Still good. Still a wonderful breakfast. Still got destroyed by the triangle game. But either way.
Yeah,
All right,
why does it have to say one peg left? You're a genius.
Oh, I know. By the way, that thing will ruin your world. It says you leave 3, you're straight up dumb.
Yeah.
It says dumb right on that. I'm like, who would put that?
But if you leave 8, you're Mensa.
Right, exactly. It's harder to do that. All right, 407-916-1041. Your 4 o'clock keyword is money, M-O-N-E-Y. Go to realradio.fm and send it off. Maybe we can win that $1,000. Get us one more winner before we get out of here this Friday. This is the last week of the contest, so make sure that you keep your phone near if you are playing the game. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack. And Ross.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do What You Do That's New.
What you do that's new. What you do that's new. Hey, if we only knew something new to do, we're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Cause Law.
That's right. KLAUSMANlaw.com. Offices right there in Winter Park. 407-917-1718. Call Klausman. If you have a car crash, he will take very, very good care of you, and he does not care. I got reprimanded by Glenn this week.
Really?
Yeah. I got reprimanded.
Why would you do
He
that?
says, he goes, even if I'm out and around, don't tell people not to call me. They can call me anytime.
Oh.
Anytime. They're welcome to call
That's
me.
right. You said don't call him because he's on vacation.
Yeah, anytime. He said, don't ever do that. He goes, I'll take the phone call anywhere, anytime. I was like, all right, buddy, no problem. I was trying to help out. I'm good, though. No worries.
I hear you.
All right, what you do that's new every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. We go around the room. One of the members of the show will choose something for the other members to watch, read, or listen to. We rejoin that following Tuesday to discuss that and then move on to the next choice. This week, we are talking about Deb's choice of Lost Girls, the movie on Netflix that actually coincides with the arrest of Rex Heuermann in the Gilgo Beach murders. And that's exactly what it's about. It was 3 years in advance, and then we'll find out what Jack has to offer here in a sec.
First of all, that is twice this year where Netflix has had content up, able to stream while the news is breaking, like the conclusion of said event. This happened in the Murdaugh trial.
Yeah, that's right. Alex Murdaugh.
They were dropping the documentary the week of the verdict happening.
This one's a little creepier to me because
this is even. That's why I bring that up. This is crazy.
This guy, my wife and I were watching this last night. We were talking. And I'm like, this guy could watch this show. I mean, he
probably did.
He watched this movie. More than likely, he did because apparently a date that he went on in 2015, the Craigslist escort that was with him decided not to go back to the room with him, but all he would talk about is those murders. And now we're starting to see his searches online, and it's just perpetually about, what people know about these murders.
Yeah, this was created in 2020. They released this, but this was a drama based on these. I had problems with this. There are parts of it I enjoyed, but there was a lot of ups and downs for me. It was, first of all, whenever I'm watching something based on true events, I immediately I want to know what's true and what's not. And surprising, they had a lot that was true up to a point. The police chief was different than what was in that. And the other thing I really kind of had a problem with is because this is unresolved. It's like a drama about history, and we're watching it play out now. But then I'm like, well, how far is that different from Oppenheimer and a biopic? Because that's a drama about history. But I think the fact that they just, maybe when they were doing this, they didn't think they were going to get the guy, and this is what they're putting forward and their way to process. So I went into it kind of little concerned, and then I'm kind of researching it as I'm watching it, seeing that, okay, like all of these people, it all checks out, and they did a pretty good job following the facts, with the exception of the police chief. And what I think is unfortunate with this, although, I mean, as entertainment, it was entertaining, but as informative, I think it kind of leaves you with the impression that the doctor, there was a doctor,
Peter
in it,
Hackett,
that potentially was involved, who ended up moving to Florida. And
again, they showed phone records that he did indeed call her.
Yeah.
He did, right, at the end. And then, but what they totally left out, the police chief at the time fought FBI involvement and then was later arrested and had to go to jail. He was accused by one prostitute, as the police chief was part of sex parties in that area, where there's a possible potential bigger scandal here going on. And that police chief, the reason he went to jail is because he beat up someone in custody who stole a bag out of his car that had sex toys, cash, and Viagra pills in it.
Wow.
You know,
and that doctor, like, there's a retired surgeon from the Suffolk County Police Department. I don't know if that's Hackett as well.
Hackett. That is Hackett.
But there is such a deeper fingers in this story. I mean, again, they know of 4 women that were Craigslist escorts, but there's still 10 sets of remains, including that of a man and a toddler that they haven't been able to identify
40
yet.
pounds of bone fragments.
Yeah.
Which that's how they figured out it was probably 10 to 11 people. And they knew one was an infant or a toddler because the bones were smaller. But 40 pounds of bone fragments were pulled.
And so it kind of leads you to like a conclusion that, the doctor, he looks iffy, but you're not really suspecting the police officer. So the problem is kind of how it leads you down a path, but it's, not a documentary. It's a drama, so they are going to take liberties. But the thing that blew me away at the very end,
right,
when they put the title, when they're giving you the updates on people, and they say what happened to the mom, who was which just crushed me, because
did you do any Googling on her?
Yeah. I did, and I relate because she was. Well, I guess we can say it.
Yeah, no. I mean, you can go watch the movie. I mean, the mom meets a very odd demise, but we would want you to watch the movie to find out what that is.
Well,
but,
listen, I picked this movie not necessarily because of how it. I mean, partly because of how it ties into in the news of the day, but really the reason why I picked this is because of the juxtaposition of how these women start off, right?
Yeah.
They're young, they're beautiful, they're on Craigslist, they're just making easy money, right? Do it while you look your best, girl. Get out there. And this was 2010, 2011. It used to be that was something you did only when the most desperate of times that you would make that choice to put yourself out in that kind of high-risk environment. But you go to 2023, and it's not just Craigslist. Now it's sugar mamas, sugar daddies, OnlyFans. I mean, Jimmy has talked about his daughters, speaking of how many girls that they know of at UCF, just at UCF, who are supplementing their college education by putting themselves in this high-risk environment where it's sexy and it's cool and the checks are cashing until you disappear, and then you become nothing but a hooker, a whore, a prostitute, and they'll forget about you and they won't look for you, and that's how these women went missing for so long.
See, that's what I took from the movie as a persistence of a mother. Right, regardless of the frame that you're looking at the family through, the persistence of the mom. By the way, Gabriel Byrne turned in a wonderful performance in this movie,
and the guy from the commercials I didn't know was a really good actor.
She made the mom,
Dean Winter,
look. Let's just say they look a little different.
Yeah, for sure. And also the idea of classifying people based on life choices. Stop calling my daughter a whore. Stop calling my daughter a prostitute.
Right.
Even though she was technically that, it shows you what that perception, how that changes how you're treated by even law enforcement that are supposed to look at you equally, based on the crime, not on your skin color, or not on what you do for a living, or what kind of person you are, or whether you're an addict or not.
At best, they called it a high-risk career.
Yeah.
At one point, the guy says, how long are you going to, take to look for a missing hooker?
Yeah.
It's like, even says, like, why are you wasting your time on this? This is human refuse. And so to all those young women and men that think that this is a sexy, easy way to make money, go watch this movie and familiarize yourself. That innocent-looking businessman could really be a serial killer in hiding, and you won't know it.
It actually wasn't a bad movie either. You know, when you start looking at the ratings, it didn't get great ratings on IMDb. It was like 5 or 6 or something like that. And, you know, so we started watching, and I was like, I don't know. I thought it was pretty darn good. I watched the last half an hour of it when I got the show today because I fell asleep in the middle of it last night. And glad I did because it was wonderful. I thought it was shot well. I thought the acting was pretty darn good, considering it wasn't an A-lister kind of movie. I mean, it's Gabriel Byrne, right? That's his name? Yeah. I mean, he was a major player for years. I was actually surprised to see him in this movie.
As was I.
Yeah.
And he did a good job.
Oh, he did an incredible job.
I thought this was interesting, is that if this was a news story, I think, if this movie was a news story, we would all feel comfortable sharing what happened, because that's what we talk about the news and stuff. But I find it very fascinating that we didn't tell the ending of this film because we didn't want to spoil the film. And that's the point that I think Jack is trying to make a little bit by going, I have no problem telling you what happened at the end because this was a news story first and a movie probably like 8th or 9th.
Well, I mean, it's just tragic what happened to Mary Gilbert. 3 daughters. She loses the one who she's bipolar. She, of course, is the Craigslist escort, disappears on Gilgo Beach, forces them to drain the marsh, and that's where they end up finding her body. Sherry, her middle daughter, still advocates for Shannon because now that the Gilgo Beach serial killer has potentially been arrested, they still will not include Shannon's case as part of the Gilgo Beach serial killing. And her family, her sister Sherry, the only one to survive, is continuing to fight for that. Her sister Sarah, the one you see in the movie who
She's
is
the
schizophrenic.
youngest one who looked like a middle schooler in the movie.
Right. Yeah.
But in real life was a little older.
A little older, had a son.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too. It's horrible. But Sarah ended up killing her mother. She ended up stabbing Mary 227 times with a 15-inch kitchen knife. Bludgeoned her with a fire extinguisher. Tried to drown her in the foam. Stripped her, took her jewelry, and then hid in the bathroom.
Yeah, she was having a psychotic episode, and her mom tried to intervene, and it went south.
Well, that's how the movie describes it. My research told me that Mary had Sarah arrested because Sarah had killed a puppy in front of her young son and then threatened her young son.
Okay, did not
Mary
read that.
had Sarah arrested. When Sarah got out of jail, she went to go and exact her revenge.
Got it.
And apparently was going to take out the whole family. Her own attorney and her sister Sherry said at her sentencing, if you are let go, you will most certainly kill again.
Wow.
And the movie's called Lost Girls.
Lost Girls.
It's on Netflix.
It is on Netflix, yes.
And it's, once again, Netflix being spooky as hell, having content about news that's not
Current
yet
news.
happened.
Yeah.
All right, incredible job, by the way. I thought it was a pretty darn good movie, and of course, it is creepy how this ties into into an actual news story
But think
that's
of
happening
that.
right now.
Think of that for those young men and women who are doing OnlyFans and supplementing their income with those cameras. Nothing is as easy.
Yeah.
It's just not that easy.
All right, 407-916-1041. We'll find out what Jack has to offer next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
What you do that's new, brought to you by Glenn Klossman, KLAUSMANLAW.com.
Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Klossman, KlossmanLaw.com.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at some slow traffic on I-4 this afternoon, you will see a crash up in Volusia County, currently blocking the westbound left lane near Dirkskin Drive. Another crash still causing delays on Bumby Avenue at Gore Street. A third crash reported near downtown on Amelia Street at Westmoreland Drive. If you see traffic problems today, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa's new rechargers are energy drinks for everyday doers. Whether you're going out or staying in, power through your day with a new handcrafted iced or frozen Wawa recharger. Gotta have a Wawa.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer for a reason. We don't sell your leads to anyone else like the rest of our competitors. You're our customer. We handle our customers right, and that's why we're America's best car buyer. You're not going to get harassed by a bunch of different people selling your information. GiveMeTheVin.com dominates. Why? Because we take care of our customers. They don't call me America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Get ready for some serious price relief from International Diamond Center. Starting August 1st, IDC's Summer of Savings event is back with 2 amazing offers. First, you can get 20% off all wedding bands. Yes, save 20% off every stunning wedding band. Thousands to choose from, all top designers included. Or for everything else at IDC, you can choose offer number 2. 3 years, 0 interest financing. And IDC will cover your first 2 payments. That's right, you can get a beautiful engagement ring, bracelet, or pendant. Spread your payments over 36 months, and IDC will even cover your first 2 payments. Earrings, anniversary bands, even certified diamonds. At International Diamond Center, we know these days you want and deserve the best possible value. So we're rolling back both prices and finance rates. So come see us in August and get an extraordinary 20% off the top savings on all wedding bands. Or buy anything else and get 3 years 0 interest finance, and let us even take care of the first 2 payments. Get ready to save at International Diamond Center's Summer of Savings event starting August 1st. 4 Orlando locations. Unapproved credit. Some product restrictions apply.
Attention, your money is now controlled by the U.S. government.
Picture a world where your every purchase is monitored, tracked, and controlled by those in power to suppress the freedoms of those they see fit. Hi, my name is Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer and New York Times bestselling author. And right now, I've become very focused on the impending rollout of the central bank digital currency. This is not a work of fiction. It's a terrifying reality looming on the horizon. But there is a bit of good news. I've partnered with Advantage Gold to offer you a solution. They are specialists in converting your traditional assets, like those inside an IRA or 401k, into tangible assets such as physical gold and silver. Don't allow your money to be controlled. Claim your free gold protection kit from Advantage Gold. Call 800-900-8000, 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor.
Call 800-900-8000.
Okay, next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have 0 resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring today.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day and we were covered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
The podcast Outlaws, The Good Thief tells the story of the Robin Hood of Greece. Follow this fugitive's trail from Athens to mountain hideouts and discover how this bank robber who shares money with the poor has stolen the hearts of the Greek people.
They say Paleokostas has given a lot of money to poor people.
Like, he'd steal a car from a village and return it with a bag of cash on the seat.
Listen to Outlaws, The Good Thief on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Sridhar.
And I'm Aarti. We have spent the last 20 years building and working at some of the largest companies in the world. We worked with some remarkable people. Rob McElhenney.
When I see the people of Wrexham, I grew up exactly like them, and I think that transcends culture.
Check out the Aarti and Sriram Show. That is AARTHI and SRIRAM Show.
Listen to the Aarti and Sriram Show on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Jimmy, what is this whole thing about degrading your own personal, wonderful personality with all the exuberance that you exude every day of the week? This little Charlie Brown attitude's not going to make it, Mr. Dapper Dan.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Larry, on my white jeans. I wear them proudly.
All that exuberance you exude.
That's right, thank you.
Dapper Dan.
That's what I'm known as, Exuberant Jim. I can't go a day without somebody yelling that in the mall. There he goes, Exuberant Jim.
Is that when you mall walk with the other ladies?
407-916-1041. Text us 770. Throw in a fast walk in my tight shorts. Money, by the way, is your 4 o'clock keyword. MONEY. Go to realradio.fm. Send it off. Win that $1,000 like our buddy Andrew last Friday won right here. And we're all dead even while the show is here on Real Radio, which I do not care for. I'd like to get ahead. That'd be great.
We want another winner.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Kind of finishing up What'd You Do That's New with Jack's Choice. Jack, what do you have for us this week, big dog?
Okay, so it's a podcast that I occasionally will drop in on. It's usually some really interesting stuff. It's called Hidden Brain.
Okay.
I
got one of those.
I caught it. Use it, man.
Yeah.
I caught part of it, and then it's like, well, I want to go back, and I found out it's a 2-part episode, and they're about 45 minutes each. I listened to the first one, but I'm really going to even shrink it down to about 20 minutes for you guys.
Shrinkage.
Okay? All right, so it's called Hidden Brain. The link is up at JimColbertLive.com. The episode is The Paradox of Pleasure, and you guys can pick it up at minute 30 and listen to the end, because the first set kind of sets up, and it's about pleasure in the brain. It's about depression, anxiety, and why we see it rising now, and a theory on how you can control it. And this is, just to me, it's why we are seeing the levels of anxiety and depression, and especially in the younger generation. And at this time in this country, you're seeing it kind of really grow the way it is. I think this goes a long way in explaining that.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I mentioned, that first half hour kind of sets up several different examples of people with different types of addiction. However, the real meat starts at 30 minutes in, and for the rest of it, it really breaks down. And if you're interested, by all means, listen to the second one as well. They just go further into it and things you can do. But it's The Hidden Brain is the podcast, The Paradox of Pleasure. It's available on your iHeartRadio app, and a link is at Jim Colbert Live.
Good job. We'll check that out for sure. 407, I love podcasts. That's what I listen to now. Yeah, listen to the Mark Maron interview with Jim Gaffigan. Laugh Again with Gaffigan.
Yeah,
I like Jim Gaffigan.
I do too. He's hilarious.
Very funny. Yep, exactly. And then, I got to tell you, man, Mark Maron loves Nate Bargatze. Talks about Nate a lot in this. Drops his name a whole bunch in this podcast. And then on the way home, I'll be listening to his interview with Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
Of course, promoting Oppenheimer.
Yeah, it's interesting because as a SAG actor, Mark Maron, and as by the guidelines of the strike, is no longer interviewing actors promoting, because actors aren't supposed to be promoting any projects now. The agreement was before they went on strike, anything recorded before then could air, and his interview with Cillian Murphy was recorded before then, so he did air it.
Is it Cillian or Cillian?
It is Cillian.
Is it?
It's C.
I'll be damned.
To me, it looks like Cillian, and I thought it was until I heard the interview and he pronounced it Cillian.
There you go. Did not know that. I've never heard his name pronounced. I just saw it with a
it's
C.
It's a C. Yeah. C-I.
The Irish. They're always up to something.
And it's always amazing to me because I heard the part of the interview before I watched the movie. I hear his true voice, Irish voice. Then I watch a movie, and he nailed American.
Those guys kill it.
And then he goes back, and then it's Irish again. It's like, man, how do they do that?
How do you guys feel about that when you watch a show and you're invested in it, and then you find out one of the actors? I'll tell you the one that killed me the most.
House?
Not House, because I wasn't a big House fan.
Oh, I was.
But we were watching that show. It's based on Psycho. Is it Psycho? The kid that was in that movie, and he played. He also played a young doctor in another show. And he, God, what was the show? It was an episodic show, and it was it's Psycho.
Bates Motel.
Bates Motel, that's it.
Okay. There we go.
Well, that kid's English AF. And the other one that killed me, the other one that blew my mind, was in No Country for Old Men. Josh Brolin's wife is an actress named something. I think it's Frances McDonald or something like that.
Oh, Frances. Yeah.
She's as Scottish, as brogue Scottish as you can imagine. Because I heard her she was doing an interview on Conan, and I heard her brogue, And I was like, oh my God, how did you even come close to pulling off like not only an American accent, but like a Southern Texas kind of thing? Because Texas Southern is different than like Alabama or Kentucky or Tennessee or Georgia Southern. All those dialects have a different feel altogether.
Wasn't she also in Fargo?
I don't know if she was or not.
That's Frances McDormand.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
okay.
but that's different than Josh Brolin.
Yeah, it's something McDonald. I don't even think it's Frances. It's something McDonald, though. But yeah, she was amazing, man.
I'll never forget when I found out that House was in fact a liar. And I don't know about you guys.
Yeah,
but
Hugh Laurie, as House, it's
That
like, oh,
shook
this is
me.
great. And then, you see him with his English true voice,
Yeah,
and it's
crazy.
like, oh, man.
And they're like, it's all over the place. I mean, there's so many English. I mean, how about the chick from Stranger Things?
Millie Bobby?
Yeah. That's another one. You're like, oh my God, dude.
I know.
I feel it.
Do you feel betrayed, Jenny?
Yes, I do. I feel betrayed.
Yes.
I'm going to be straight up. I feel betrayed.
Because, if we did an accent of any other language, we would not feel one person who spoke that.
That sounds like
authentically.
jealousy.
And we would be
100%.
We'd be mocked openly.
Yes,
but
we are.
But they have to learn to do that because you make movies here, you make a whole bunch of money. I'm sure there's a great movie business in Europe as well. But I mean,
we're just getting fooled left and right.
We do it quite well here, so you got to learn how to do that. I'm guessing like if you're an English actor and you're coming here, Tom Holland,
they're taking our jobs.
Well, the other guy too.
Where's that wall?
You have Rick Grimes. What is his name?
Oh,
Andrew Lincoln.
from
oh
Walking
my
Dead.
God, that
Yeah.
was the one that also capped me.
Not a lot of people were surprised by this, but some
Andrew
people.
Lincoln.
Idris Elba.
Yeah.
He has a pretty thick British accent.
Good and Hijacked, by the way. It's a good show.
I'm gonna check it out.
People are saying that.
Yeah, it's edge of your seat, man.
I remember watching a Tom Holland interview, and he explained that the reason why there's a lot of British actors going and doing a lot of American cinema with the American accent is that it's far easier for them with their mouth muscles, that it's far more, it's easier for them to do an American accent than an American doing a British.
So I
feel better.
The podcast from Smartless had on Tom Holland. I was listening to it, and they asked him because he was, speaking in his normal English accent, which isn't real thick. I forget where he's from, but it's not terrible.
I think it's breaking in front of our eyes.
But,
Probably in London.
But man, when they asked him to do hey, can you, because there was a word that they can't say. I forget what the word is. He goes, it's particularly difficult to say this word in English. And they get him to try it, and he does it 2 or 3 times. I'm like, oh my God, man, that's like a magic trick. Just flipping a switch like that and becoming an entire different nationality altogether.
And yet we've seen how, good they are at it versus like Keanu Reeves and Bram Stoker's Dracula trying to affect an English accent. Even Winona Ryder, it's distracting how bad it is.
How about this one? Ben Kingsley.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben Kingsley. Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, for a while, I didn't know that. And I found, oh, my God, he's like not only just English, proper English.
Yeah.
In a terrible interview.
Super.
Oh, my God, that guy takes himself way too seriously.
Now, are you referring to the Mark Maron interview?
Yes, I am.
Because I saw he posted about it. Like, he posted, Ben Kingsley, what the hell was that?
Right,
I think it was the
it's
only
terrible.
thing he put out there. And I didn't go listen to it because of that.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean,
Yeah.
Kingsley is like, he's talking Shakespeare. Yes, when I do the Shakespeare, I really have to get inside his hair.
His
and I'm
hair.
like, I don't know. He's just making up, just becoming, he's like overly artsy, like overly all that. I mean, you can just hear Marin dying inside while trying to interview this guy, who's a legend, by the way.
Actors are weird, man.
Yeah.
I will translate his soul into the water of valuable speech. One time, Jim, I was in a green room, right? I've done some acting. I enjoy it. It's kind of fun. It's not my number one thing, but I was in a green room with a bunch of actors, and we're about to go out and do this show. And this guy, he is 6'4". He is an in-shape, full-grown adult male staring at himself in the mirror. Going, oh, whoop, oh, whoop. Just warming up.
Yeah.
He did that for like 15 minutes.
Okay.
And that's when it hit me. I like stand-up comedy. Because that ain't flying at an open mic, Playboy. What are you doing?
What's the oldest one? Is it Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson is Australian.
Is Australian.
How about
but
is
he
it Dennis
transitioned.
Hopkins?
What? Easy, buddy. He's still a man.
You know what I mean.
He's still a man.
The guy from Who Framed Roger Rabbit was the first
Oh,
time.
Bob Hoskins.
Bob, that was the first time I remember being like, what?
That's another one. That's a damn good one, too, because you didn't know. I feel betrayed.
I know.
And look, they don't tell you straight up. Like, they make you figure it out, which is suspect. I'm telling you, that's straight up. That is suspect.
Well, that's find me in an interview.
I wonder if they do that seriously. Like, if people would think that if they say, well, this English actor, like, it's going to cause you not to watch it, because there are some people, my wife being one of them, that has a difficult time watching movies where the entire cast is British. Like, we'll find a movie on Netflix, and you'll find it way down the line, and then you're like, oh, it looks pretty good. Let's put it on. And instantly, everybody in the cast is British. It's like, can't do it.
Why?
Oh, she just doesn't like it. She's not the only one. There are a lot of people that can't do that.
Yeah, I just put subtitles on.
I was going to say, I love the Full Monty, but if I hadn't been married to an Englishman at the time, I wouldn't have understood a damn thing that was said in that movie. But that's a Yorkshire accent.
Yeah.
That's way Northern England. That's thick as...
Oh, the cringiest thing. Oh, man. Yeah, no, I'll share it. The cringiest thing that my mom has ever done in front of me, we were out in Scotland, and we were at a cafe, and I'm just like living my best life.
Right?
I'm in Scotland. Look at the cobblestone. And then look at my mom talking to the server going, I don't understand you. Can you say it slower, please? And I'm like, Mom, you can't. Oh, no.
Mom,
no.
he's only going to understand it if you yell louder at him.
It's like, and here's the thing. She's over here like, I don't know where he's from. I'm like, he's Scottish.
We're in Scotland.
That's English.
Oh, Kathy.
Yeah.
Kathy Paget. Well, Kathy Paget will kill you and misunderstand you.
Yes, she will.
She will do both of those things.
It was such a moment. I'm like, this is as American as barbecue sauce right now.
Sadly, it is.
Why do you sound like that? We're in their country.
Oh, yeah. And you're eating haggis. Who cares what he sounds like? You try to get past this food for 5 minutes.
No doubt.
Oh, damn.
You should have seen her eyes, though, when she was like, fried Mars bar.
Yeah.
You guys are frying chocolate bars out here? Get out of town.
I don't need to understand him for that. That's a love language that transcends language.
And I get it. There are some pieces of content that has some of that language barrier, especially when it comes to anything British, when they're using British slang. But that's what gets me excited.
Yeah.
I want to learn. That's why you watch a movie. You don't want to hear a movie, at least for me, I don't want to watch a movie that's about or even close to my life. I want to go somewhere else on the planet.
That's why I loved the Austin Powers when it was he and Michael Caine. The famous English actor, and they had that bit where they just spoke in nothing but British slang. And it was like, what are they saying? What are they saying? What are they saying? I still wonder what a pork pie is.
You know what it is.
Yeah. Do you think that do those areas, does Europe celebrate when when one of their actors lands a massive American role? I mean, when you talk about Spider-Man, how much more American, other than Superman, I guess, can you get? Superman's kind of a dead thing anyway. So I would say it's Spider-Man and Batman, and Christian Bale.
Christian Bale
is another one.
British.
You find out, because you watch him in American Psycho, you're like, man, this guy is a balls out. Where's he from? Chicago? Where's he from? Montana? You like, and he starts talking. You're like, oh, this guy folds his socks. This guy folds his underwear before he puts it away.
I didn't think he was going to wear cologne.
Yeah, right, exactly. But man, they're killing it. And was it the guy before was Spider-Man?
Andrew
Garfield. He's also English, is he not?
Yeah, he is. I think out of the three, I think he's the best actor out of the three.
Yeah, but I don't think he's English.
I think he.
Maybe I think maybe one parent is. I thought he grew up in the States.
Did he really?
I thought. We'll get research on that.
All right, very good.
He was born in L.A. to a British mother.
There you go. Very nice, Jack.
So either glass half full, glass half empty. We're both right, or we're both wrong.
Right. Either way, we win. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center. Powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Hey everybody, Jamie King, Fox 35 Storm Center. I want to update you Central Florida weather as we course through midday for you on this Tuesday. Area highs today reaching for the low 90s. We'll call it 93. A lot of sun, increasing clouds, afternoon rain chance after 2 to 3 p.m. at about 40%. Another scattered shower and storm type of day for you. 77 for you tonight. All the rain wrapping up after just about 8 p.m. into 9 o'clock hour. We'll keep you updated on that. Dry conditions overnight. 94 Wednesday. A rain chance for the p.m. at 50%. For Fox 35, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. If summer is heating up your hiring needs, then you need Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Sponsor your first job and get hiring today by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Man, you get a little bit older, you always wonder, man, I wonder if my body's in good shape. I feel okay. I don't feel like there's anything wrong, but, I got some history in my family of some crazy stuff. Maybe I should go checked out. That's the great thing about Life Imaging FLA. You can find all those answers now. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait till something breaks down or you start getting a symptom of something. Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan can tell you now what issues you may be looking at in 5 years, 2 years, hell, in 2 weeks. These guys can do it for you. When it comes to your long-term health care, you want the most information out there, and that is where Life Imaging FLA comes into play, because with their scan, there is no guessing game. Hard data, real time. That means you can do a proactive, not reactive assessment of your long-term health care. My full body scan showed some things I need to pay attention to at 55 years old, and I am doing just that. And the other thing, too, when you walk this information into your primary care doctor, they love it. My doctor was fascinated by this, loved all the information. We did exactly what we're supposed to, use that to create appointments for the things I need to pay attention to, and they can do it for you as well. Call Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan with a few minimum requirements. That's a $699 value, by the way. And by the way, you don't have to get undressed, no dyes or anything like that. You lay down, takes about 10, 15 minutes. It's a piece of cake, but the information you get could be life-saving. Ask about their cancer screening as well while you're there. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, keyword free heart scan. That's it. Pound 250, see the keyword free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. Don't wait another minute. Make that very important appointment today. And remember, you'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
My fellow Americans, R.C. Hill here from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi. I think it's high time we celebrate and break free from your old ride and declare your independence in a nicer, newer car for just $7 down. Have you been feeling put down? Then it's time to let freedom ride. So keep your cash and drive a new 23 Outlander for just $7 down. So kick your old ride to the curb and let freedom ride for just $7 down. But hurry, this celebration ends soon. I'm R.C. Hill, your car dealer next door. Get free at rchill.com.
Millions of Floridians do the math, and millions of Floridians choose Amscot Cash Advance because it makes sense. Up to $500 fast with no credit check. Get started at amscot.com. Amscot. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Amscot. With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
Deciding where to bank is no small task. It's a matter of trust, confidence, and benefits. The more the merrier. At Addition Financial Credit Union, we're all about more. More challenges overcome, more financial knowledge gained, more empowering you to reach your long-term financial goals. That's because we're more than just a bank. We're your financial partner, and we'll be with you every step of the way. Count us in at additionfi.com. That's additionfi.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
You can always count on a classic. It's timeless and tastefully legendary. That's the truth behind the Troppy Chop. Often imitated, too delicious to be duplicated. The sauce just won't taste the same. But to really stand out, you gotta stay fresh and move to the beat of your own bowl. The Troppy Chop, only at Pollo Tropical. A classic that never goes out of style.
It pays to listen. Open your free iHeartRadio app and listen to this station to be entered to win $5,000. Each day you come back to listen on the iHeartRadio app is another entry. The more you listen, the more chances you have to win. Download the free iHeartRadio app for access to winning like never before.
Here's something you've never heard before.
Stop.
This is Simply Safe.
Introducing 24/7 Lifeguard Protection, only from Simply Safe Home Security. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
I'm Scott Trout, attorney and CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. We help men deal with the life changes triggered by divorce. But life changes also occur after divorce. These changes can make parts of your existing court order irrelevant or harder to follow. If you feel a modification to your court orders might be necessary, talk to us at Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. CordellCordell.com.
At Fifth Third Bank, we give you free checking, never have hidden fees, and help protect your identity.
Wow, really?
Yep. See, our name equals 166.7%, so we put in that much effort.
Well, my name's Jim, so I guess I'm headed to the gym, and I'm gonna put in 166.7% effort too.
Oh, I'm proud of you.
No one's ever been proud of me.
This is banking a Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Running a small business takes grit and determination and a communications provider that's got your back. That's Spectrum Business. Fast, reliable communication solutions that keep your business going. Get 300 megabits per second internet, just $49.99 a month when bundled with Spectrum Business Connect, the all-in-one phone system that lets you work from anywhere on any device. And get a free mobile line for a year. Visit spectrum.com/go faster. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Divorce? Call Trinley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis. Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
I know he's not an actor, but the first time that I heard that Keith Urban was Australian, I was like, what? No, dude, this guy's like a down-home country kind of guy. And then I heard him talk, and he's like, no, I make country music, mate. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, but
this guy's like Garth Brooks meets freaking Crocodile Dundee MFer over here.
He's like Country Jovi is what he is.
It was weird.
You gotta remember, those Aussies got some pretty badass cowboys out there.
Yeah, they do.
So don't sleep on it.
Well, per capita, they're pulling Canada numbers of punching above. I would say Australia, South Korea, Canada are punching way above their weight class.
In regards to
influence, entertainment, pop culture.
For sure, yeah.
They are throwing a lot of coal in that fire.
I wonder, do we have acts that go over that well there? What's weird is we don't ever hear about that.
His name is David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, you get bands like AC/DC. You get there are a number of bands
Taylor
that came over
Swift.
here and just destroyed in the American culture and pretty much made America their home, but they were based out of other countries. I don't know if we have bands that do that over there. Is AC/DC as big in Australia as they were here?
I mean, I couldn't tell you that, but I wouldn't be surprised. I still look at good old US of A as the biggest influence on pop culture, entertainment
in the world,
on the planet.
No
absolutely.
question.
But I also think that we're kind of punching where we should be punching. We also throw in a lot of money towards our movies. No other country is dropping $300 million movies. And then I look at South Korea, and then I was like, damn, dude, everybody was doing that damn dance for a full year.
Yeah.
They got boy bands. Boy bands came back from South Korea. Canada, Bieber, the list goes on.
Yeah.
And that's like government funded, though, over in Canada, which is odd. Like,
they fund the entertainment business over there?
To a certain degree, yes. They legally have to have a certain balance of Canadian acts on their radio station.
Yeah, and television as well, if I remember right. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And they put that there because we are such a juggernaut of entertainment that we would just dominate.
They don't want to lose their
scene.
identity.
Yeah,
but I mean, we've had a number of Canadian artists that have come here in all realms of entertainment, acting, music, stand-up. I mean, tons and tons and tons of them.
Reynolds, Celine Dion, and Howie Mandel. Boom.
Jim Carrey, Mike Myers. Like, they are.
Michael J. Fox.
Way above.
Matter of fact, I think who imports the most stars in our country? It's got to be Canada.
Yeah.
It's got to be Canada.
other than that, us ourselves, Canada, without a doubt.
The country that has the most people in this country that are mainstays in the entertainment industry, and no question, it's got to be Canada.
And then I think second would be Australia.
Yeah, maybe England, Australia.
It's a toss-up between Australia and it would probably be England, but then a close third would be Australia with Hemsworth, Jackman.
I wonder if it burns the ass of Europeans then when their big stars wind up moving here and living here. I mean, you could come here and make entertainment and then live there. Like Tom Holland still lives in England, but a lot of those players, the Stones, all those guys, Bee Gees, by the way, are Australian, and they wound up they live here. They in Miami. All the Bee Gees lived in Miami.
God, that would be cool.
407-916-1041. So AI is still a gigantic story. I found this to be quite interesting. What is one of the bigger things that we have to worry about when it comes to AI?
Whether or not if I'm made of cake.
Yeah, if you're made of cake, right?
What is life these days?
Well, one of the issues we have, as content creators and other people or just regular people, is having your image used without your permission and then put into content that you don't want it in. Of course, in the adult industry, that's a no-brainer, but that is actually part of what's happening right now with the strike. Because if I don't know if you heard any of it, what they want to be able to do, the studios, part of what they want to do is they want to pay you a flat fee. Like they say, they pay Ross to come on, and they give him a fee to do a job.
All right.
What they want to do is they want to be able to have access to your likeness and image forever.
Yeah.
Because they paid you once.
Yep.
They want to be able to do that and use that to be able to create content with your voice and your likeness forever for that one fee. That's part of what they're dealing with this. Well, there have been a number of things. Like when we first started talking about this, I said, well, they're going to have to figure out how to watermark products that are created with AI so people understand what they're watching is actual or not. You can see the damage done on social media kind of already with AI, but it's become a much bigger deal in real life, going throughout different things, whether it be law, whether it be in school, whatever the case may be. And they've already attacked it. MIT has come up with a very interesting answer for this. What they did was to keep you from using images or to keep AI from using images that are yours illegally and putting them into content that you don't want them in without you being compensated for that or agreeing to it is really, it sounds simple. I can't imagine it is, but it sounds simple. Well, in the digital era, when you take a photograph of someone, it's made up of pixels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, tiny little dots or squares, and that represents a piece of that photograph. Now, they're indiscernible by the human eye. There's no way you can look at an image that is a high-resolution image, digital image, and see any of that. It's just going to look like one image to you, right? But when you break that down or blow it up, much like you used to with a black and white picture, you're like, oh, well, I blow this black and white picture up, it's just a series of dots, and if I can't tell what it is when it's enlarged. Same kind of thing here. But what they do is this. MIT figured out that the way AI scans and creates content using your images or anyone's images for that matter is because it's a solid pixelated image or equation kind of thing, right? So your image represents an equation or a made-up series of dots that equal a number or like an equation. That's the only way I can explain it because I'm dumb. So the other thing, what they do is this. They go into the photograph, this program that MIT has created, and they take just 2 or 3 of those pixels in the image. No way possible you could ever see it with a human eye. They could do it anywhere in the image. It does not even matter. And they change the value of that 1 pixel or those 2 or 3 pixels in that image. You cannot see it. You cannot tell it. Even if you blew it up, you'd never be able to tell it. But the thing is when AI scans that, because as they're scanning it, it's showing pixel, pixel, pixel. When it comes to the pixels that have been altered, it doesn't know what to do. It doesn't understand it. So that's how MIT has developed a software program that you're going to be able to use to protect your images and all of your videos and things of that nature to keep them from being used without your permission.
It's like a invisible filter.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I just have a feeling that AI will just say, okay, let's start ignoring those.
Yeah,
and then they just jump right over that one.
It's called PhotoGuard. It works by altering select pixels in an image so that they will disrupt an AI's ability to understand what the image is. Oh man.
Yes.
Here we go.
I was rooting for it.
This is a common word, but they put it in quotation, so I feel like I have to read it, and it's toughy. Perturbations. Is it perturbations? Perturbations? Perturbations. Perturbations.
Perturbations.
There you go. Thank you,
Good
Jack.
job,
I appreciate
bud.
that. You didn't
Thank
give it
you,
to just
Jack.
her. Oh,
Perturbations. Thank you, Jack.
What?
Thank you. Perturbations.
I nailed it 3 times before she took a shot at it. Thank you.
Or we're talking about dings, perturbation.
As the research terms refers to them, are invisible to the human eye but easily readable by machines. This encoder attack is what basically happens, and it fools the encoder from AI to be able to figure out what the image is at all. So it can't reproduce it, it can't alter it, it can't do anything. So we're making some progress. And then if this comes on the heels of 7 of the AI companies coming to an agreement that they will figure out how to limit the possibilities of their particular AI programs as they move forward. So
I bet
starting to get a grip on this. Considering, look, let me give you an idea. That's why I told my wife the other day, you know it's serious. The internet's been around since the early 90s, like able for you to go ahead and grab and use since the early 90s.
Right.
And it's largely unregulated. Still pretty much the Wild West. And this thing's been alive for just basically a year or two, and for the general consumer, months, and they are already cracking down on it. So that's how serious this stuff is. How they're reacting to it is a story. Yes.
I think about this one random gig I was told to just show up here at this time. We're going to take photos. This is how much it pays.
Oh, yeah.
But it was pretty professional.
Yeah, really?
I was...
my daughters got offered that every day of their life from 15 until now.
It was a advertisement, but when I read the contract, also, I thought this was silly of me. In the contract, it said that I was principal, so I thought I was a principal. I was very overwhelmed. I should not have said yes to this, but
You're the star.
in that contract, it was in perpetuity.
Yeah.
And imagine if AI could grab that photo of me and then just make me into a different pose, different pose.
And that's
what those actors are trying to prevent.
And that's what that means. In perpetuity means they can use it forever.
Forever.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Are you a fubber? Have you ever been fubbed?
You watch your mouth.
Yeah, I think so.
Are you a double fubber?
Oh, double fubber.
Chances are you're one of those. I'll tell you what that is next.
The 2023 Real Radio Charity Poker Tournament presented by JustCallMode.com will be August 19th. Get the details at realradio.fm/poker.
Still looking at heavy traffic on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, both east and westbound by the major attractions exits. Looking at a crash blocking the left lane both east and westbound on the interstate up near Dirkskin Drive in Volusia County. Looking at a crash causing delays right now northbound on John Young. That's blocking the right lane at Oak Ridge Road. If you see other traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. If your business is feeling a summer hiring wave, then you need Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
You know, that mortgage guy, Don, is a mortgage broker, not a retail lender or even a corner bank, but he's got a really cool feature on his website that lets you see the broker difference. All you need to do is go to thatmortgageguydon.com, click the compare quote button, and upload your quote. Don is going to interpret it for you, tell you how much you're really paying for your loan, and let you know if you can get a better deal. But he's so honest that mortgage guy, Don, will also tell you if you already have a great deal. And that means it's peace of mind right there at your fingertips. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
The 2023 Real Radio Texas Hold'em Charity Poker Tournament presented by Injured on the Go JustCallMo.com is now sold out. But don't worry, there's still a way for you to join us Saturday, August 19th at the Orlando Science Center and help us raise money for the mustard seed of Central Florida by joining us in the HomeLoansRadio.com casino. That's right, casino passes are still available, and you can get casino chips, food from Hard Rock Cafe Orlando, access to raffle and silent auction items, and selfie opportunities with all your favorite celebrities and more. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more information.
If you ride a motorcycle in Florida, someone can hit you and hurt you and legally not have insurance to pay you. Uninsured motorist coverage can help save you from financial ruin. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Applebee's daily deals for $9.99 and under. There's a deal every day for everyone. Just $9.99 and under. That's all day, every day. Get into your local Applebee's now. Daily deals are dine-in only in limited locations listed on nrpneighborhood.com. Limited time only while supplies last. Participation varies.
Baby boomers and retirees, protect yourself from the coming tidal wave of higher taxes. This administration's spend and tax schemes, along with their failed economic policies, are only going to add more to the taxes already being taken of your retirement savings. You can gain retirement tax protection from national talk show wealth strategist and best-selling author Chuck Oliver of The Hidden Wealth Solution. Learn how you can get a head start to be retirement tax smart. Imagine learning proven solutions, saving thousands in unnecessary taxes. Visit retirementprotected.com. Retirementprotected.com.
Summer's almost here. Time to get swimsuit ready for the pool parties and beach vacations. And for the confidence to look your very best, get RM3 from Red Mountain Weight Loss. RM3 works on your belly, hips, and thighs, attacking unhealthy fat and reshaping your body, all while helping you lose up to 20 pounds or more per month. There's simply no faster way to get swimsuit ready than with RM3. It's safe and effective for men and women, and it's all natural, so it won't make you nervous or jittery. RM3 helps overcome issues that cause weight gain, like a slowing metabolism, hormone imbalance, or menopause. This patented medication is available only by prescription, and you can only get it at Red Mountain Weight Loss. So trust the experts at Red Mountain Weight Loss for programs that are doctor-supervised and highly successful. Lose weight and look great, just in time for summer with RM3. Dial pound 250 from your cell phone right now and use the keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss. That's pound 250, keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler, like choosing True as One checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truest One checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Is your hair thinning? Hairline receding? Do you want to regrow thick, natural, healthy hair? Look, we all have to deal with hair loss, especially as we age. But you don't have to sit back and let it happen. Listen to what Marcy did with the help of Harem's Botanical Hair Serum.
Well, I started using it about 4 or 5 months ago, and 2 or 3 months into it, I just kind of noticed one day I saw all of this extra hair growth around my widow's peak. That hair growth is probably about 5 inches, all in that area that used to have absolutely no hair at all. I don't think I'll ever stop using it.
If you want to regrow thick, natural, healthy hair, then order your Harem solution today. Harem contains 17 botanical actives proven safe and most effective in generating new hair growth and darkening gray hair. Return to the full, natural, and youthful hair color you want. For more information, go to greatlifenow.com. That's greatlifenow.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Wendy's has home-style French toast sticks, the honey butter chicken biscuit, or maple bacon chicken croissant. Now that's sweet. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's breakfast.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Wendy's is open till midnight or later, so you can give in to the craving and go night mode. Get what you really want, like a tasty Baconator or fries and a Frosty. When the craving hits, go night mode at Wendy's. See you later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary.
Try new extra charged Dunkin' Refreshers with 50% more caffeine. Yes, 50% more caffeine. Available for a limited time, so try it today. America runs on Dunkin'. Drinks are fruit flavored. Contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Price and participation may vary.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND. GRAND.
grand. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
So apparently Facebook is still a thing? Search gym members in
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. You leave a talkback, by the way. Just grab that iHeartRadio app. It's free. When you get it, go to Real Radio. You'll see a little microphone there. Use that to send us a little message. We'll play them right before we come back from break. Works out great. Grand is your 5 o'clock keyword, G-R-A-N-D. Go to realradio.fm and send it away. Maybe you can get that $1,000 like Andrew did last Friday from here on the Jim Colbert Show. 407-916-1041. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is as well.
Hi.
This was Ross.
Let's ride.
You like the song, huh, kid?
I do.
Is this Maroon 5, or is it just, what's his face?
Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah, but the other guy's from Maroon 5, right?
Yeah. That was jarring for me. I've never affiliated the song with Maroon 5.
Matthew Santos is the other person in it.
Oh, this is not Adam, what's his face? This is not Maroon 5 at all.
It is not.
No.
Turn this up. You're telling me this doesn't sound like them?
No, it does. I can see that.
Oh, I feel stupid. I don't listen to any modern music, so I don't know, but that's what it sounded like. I was like, oh, got a new jam out there.
Well, this has been out a while. I remember I first heard this. It was the Summer Olympics 8 years
God
ago
dang,
or so.
really?
Yeah, I added this to I had to hunt to find out who did it, and then once I got it, I put it on many of my playlists.
I'll be damned. All right, there you go.
I sneak it on weekends, too.
All right.
There you go.
Let's do it.
Get wild.
By the way,
There's no rules.
I caught the acid of Captain Zog Radio was good.
Oh, thank you.
I always get bummed out when I hear the song because it's frustrating, but I also get it. I just wish he made way more music.
Yeah.
Lupe Fiasco.
He did not come out with that many tracks. He has this. He has Kick Push It. And those are like his two big singles. Everything he's done is great.
Yeah.
Just not that much.
07 this game.
Wow, good Lord of mercy. Now I feel
Yeah.
super dumb. I'm over it.
Yeah.
407-916-1041. So, do you think you're a fubber, Ross? Do you think you're a fubber, yes or no? And by the way, this
Is it
fubbing...
flubber? Are we talking...
P-H-U-B-B-E-R, fubber.
Yeah, I think I fub
You think
hard.
you straight fub? You straight fubbing?
Oh, he does.
Are you a fubber? You know what it is?
I am.
Uh-huh.
I got the link and I looked it up. I'm like, yeah, guilty.
You know what a fubber is?
Partial flubber.
I probably am a fubber, but here's the
Oh,
thing.
you're a straight up flubber,
well,
dude.
Hold on.
Yes, you are.
Stop for a second, because the context of this story says it affects one group of people the most.
Bro, let me click on this link.
Yeah.
Especially because you're not sure what you're talking about.
I'm over here thinking I fub hard, and I don't know if I want to fub hard.
So fubbing is phone snubbing, like when you phone snub somebody. But the context of the story is a study from two Swedish doctors, and they're basically saying that
American.
Yeah. Snubbing and flubbing.
Oh, yes, sir, doctor.
The whole idea is that it affects marriages like greatly, because what happens is, let's say your wife calls you, you call your wife, and they basically ignore you. That's what fubbing is phone snubbing. In other words, they see that you're calling.
Or texting.
It just uses, well, it does. I guess it's texting as well, isn't it? They only really talk about phone calls in the story as I read it. But it basically is you just basically ignoring your loved one when they phone or call. You see them calling, you see them texting, you just don't want to talk to them, and you don't pick the phone call up. That's fubbing.
Have you ever been busted for it? Like when you get home, like, hey, you didn't see that I called?
I do it so often.
Yeah, I never do that.
I do it. Unfortunately, I do it so often, and I don't even mean to, but my phone is perpetually off. That's the thing. It's not off like powered down, but I never have my ringer on. Ever have my ringer on.
Yeah, same here.
And barely even have my vibrator thing on. Right? Hold on. The vibration on.
It's too late, dude.
Somebody get DeSantis in here.
Yeah. Wait, so
and white pants.
I thought it was just being preoccupied preoccupied with your phone and your relationship.
Give yourself a buzzer.
Yeah.
Do
Preoccupied.
Do it.
Yeah,
Do it.
None of us
Yeah,
are
come on.
preoccupied.
There you go.
go.
Oh,
Good
that felt
boy.
good.
Anyway.
What they're saying is the advent of the smartphone has resulted in the development of behavior never before seen in the human race. People becoming glued to an external device.
Isn't that true? We've never seen that before in human history.
Let me tell you something. I was playing golf with somebody about I don't know, about a year ago. It was just a pickup game that I was playing. And my wife had texted me a couple of times while I was playing, and he goes, and he made a comment about it. He goes, who's bothering you? I go, I mean, nobody's bothering me. I'm just, talking to my wife. He goes, your wife calls or texts you while you're out on the golf course?
This guy, I don't like this guy.
And I said, yeah, we call and text each other all the time. He goes, all the time? And I said, yeah, we just stay in contact most of the time. He goes, I don't get that. He goes, my wife and I, we see each other in the morning, and then we talk in the evenings when I get home. We don't call or text or, quote unquote, bother each other the entirety of the day. And it's funny. He was a little bit older, but if you consider that, I mean, that's perfectly normal for somebody who didn't grow up with cell phones or iPhones or smartphones. Like, you didn't speak to your loved one all day long. You didn't call anybody at work.
Yeah, that's true.
Like nobody would just call me. Like, if I worked here and I didn't have a cell phone, my wife would not call the hotline to talk to me.
No, that's a good point.
It would be email. That would be
right.
But it would be, the whole thing is phones. So what they said has happened is this: because of your constant connection with people, your constant ability to pick up the phone and be connected with your wife or your spouse, that it has caused this weird backlash that if you don't do it, you're a bad person now. You're snubbing me.
No, you're fubbing me.
You're fubbing me. Straight fubbing.
All over the walls.
How often do you talk to your wife during the day? So call or text or anything like that. How often do you guys contact each other?
Can I answer that other question? What answer would make my marriage look the healthiest? No. Honestly, I am so about phone calls.
Yeah.
I call my wife every day on the way home. Every day. I've called her probably 3 times today.
Even though
I was like, where is it?
Even though
you're right, ladies. You've been there, right?
Even though when you leave this building, you will see her in 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, you will still call her.
Does she need anything?
Oh, I do that occasionally with my wife. That's a text usually.
Am I picking up food or are you cooking?
Right.
That's usually the discussion of what are we doing for the rest of the night.
Yeah. I do not. I email my wife more than I talk to her via text or phone. I email her more.
Email?
Because she's in front of her computer all the time, and it's easier for her to get to that. When I call her on her cell phone, but I rarely call her at work, and she never, ever calls me at work.
I do not even bother calling Chris.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Does he call you?
No, it's very rare for us to call during the workday. Now, we will text.
Yeah.
And he may call me on the way home to ask about what we're going to do for dinner or whatever. But it's fairly rare to have phone calls, but text messages we definitely do.
Now, where I'll straight fub you is if you call me on the, here's the thing with my wife now. If I'm on the golf course and she calls, I have to assume it's relatively important because she knows I'm out there. She knows I don't like being bothered.
Right.
I'm out there enjoying myself. So I will always pick that up. But there's no time that I will see her call that I will not pick up the phone if I see her calling. But the whole idea of fubbing is you look down, you see, oh, Jesus, her again. And then you don't take it. You talk to your wife much during the day?
We text during the day. I call her on first thing I do, when I leave here, I get in the car, I call.
Is it do you need anything on the way home thing?
It's usually that. How was your day? What's for dinner? And, so I also know what I'm walking into if there's any things going on.
Any drama in the house?
Yeah, that's another good. Yep,
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
I didn't even know that was a benefit of what I was doing, but thanks, Jack.
That's a little phone call insurance policy.
Yeah, let me see what I'm walking into when I get home.
Someone just gave us a very interesting question, though. I snub coworkers and boss, but not my family. Is that still snubbing? Work snubbing? Would that be wubbing?
Oh, yeah, because it's wubbing because the
Is it fubbing, or?
This story is particularly about your spouse. Do you phone? Because what it's saying is when you start ignoring your wife or your spouse's phone calls, that's an indicator that your relationship is in a really bad spot.
Oh, yeah.
That's basically what it's saying. If you don't want to talk to your spouse when they call and you look down and go, God.
There's never been a time that I didn't answer my wife's call. There's been.
She's the only one.
There's some people that I'll be like, I'll get back to you tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
and there are some times.
buddy.
I'm trying to be your friend.
No ground. You got no ground.
Exactly, dude.
No ground.
Did you see that? It was like
I said it
quicksand. I just looked over at it. I'm like, don't even.
I said it right up front. Look, I was
even.
transparent right up front.
Yeah.
Fubbing all over the studio.
Some people, it's better. You get a better response if you text someone's email. Like Scott Maxwell. Like this week, I sent him an email. I go, "You are the one person I know who is so much faster on email than text," and he thinks it's his age. But Jimmy, doesn't matter.
No.
It's like throwing your message in quicksand.
And by the way,
it's like,
by the way, this does have an age. What age do you think is the breaking point for fubbing?
Wow, breaking point. You mean we're like just won't tolerate it anymore?
It says
that you'll keep doing it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that you'll keep doing it. I'm going to go 65. 65, 70.
Wait.
Just when you're older, you're like, I don't care about anything.
No. It's younger, though, isn't it?
Yeah, because 65, 70 is using a jitterbug.
Yeah, it's under 50. I'd say under 40.
I'm going 37 for some reason.
37 is the exact number.
What?
How do you do that? You're a witch. Burn
exact
her.
number.
She's a witch.
You can burn me after you give me the dong. There you go.
Yeah.
Mark that.
I'm going to be in the corner fubbing.
What do we call that noise? Is that a horny dolphin? What is that?
I don't know.
Yeah, what made you do that?
I don't even know. Did I do that?
That's
you.
Yeah, I don't even know.
We have to give that a name.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does that make it better if you get the dong and the horny dolphin?
See, when you did it, it was over a dong, which you can hear in the back.
Oh, that's right. You're so happy.
I like to give you the dong first, and then add on the. It's an add-on.
I get a dog with add-on. Dong add-on. Dong on. Dong.
Dong off.
All right, 407-916.
It's an extender. It's a dong extender.
Where is this link?
This show makes society better, by the way. I'm convinced of it.
Can't believe we didn't win a Marconi.
Yeah. Thanos was right.
All right, 407-916-1041. Is it time to make Puerto Rico a state? That is actually being debated right now. It's been debated a couple of times. Let's see how it's going. We'll talk about that next.
Check out our new threads at Real Radio 1041 on Threads. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Still looking at heavy traffic on I-4 this evening in the Orlando area. As you take the interstate east and westbound, there is a crash blocking the eastbound left lane in Volusia County at Dirkskin Drive. A crash on John Young blocks the northbound right lane at Oak Ridge Road. A second crash on John Young is blocking the southbound left lane at Columbia Street. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Oh, the Jim Colbert Show question of the day is now up. All three social platforms. Go get it. Well, the three we chose, which is YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, or X. Go figure it out. I don't know. But I do know it's brought to you by MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com. That's where you find Mike the Home Builder. Great quality, great installation, someone local, someone you can trust. Mike has been with this station for years, and he does great work. He did great work for me. I needed a new roof because my insurance company told me I needed a new roof. Needed new gutters as well, and I went to myhomebuildersnetwork.com. That's where I found Mike, got my quote, got the job done, and he did a fantastic job. But it's not just roofs. Maybe you need your roof fixed. He can do that as well. Maybe you want your windows replaced or a new door. Mike the Home Builder does great work. You find him online. It's myhomebuildersnetwork.com.
Get your tickets now
at AXS.com
for our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. September 22nd and 23rd.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Brought to you by T-Mobile. Experience more of the music you love with the record-setting 5G network. T-Mobile customers can unlock VIP benefits at the festival all weekend long. It's better over here. See why at T-Mobile.com/SEEWP. WHY.
I'm Charles. I got a bad back injury when a truck crashed into my car. You know those lawyer ads. All they talk about are themselves and money, money, money. I wanted the best doctors for my back. I called attorney Glenn Klausman. He got me to really good doctors, and I'm doing great. Glenn was always available to talk to. He got me a great settlement and quicker than I thought possible. Car crash? Call Klausman at 407-917-1718. KLAUSMAN law.com.
Office, Winter Park.
Get ready for some serious price relief from International Diamond Center. Starting August 1st, IDC's Summer of Savings event is back with 2 amazing offers. First, you can get 20% off all wedding bands. Yes, save 20% off every stunning wedding band. Thousands to choose from, all top designers included. Or for everything else at IDC, you can choose offer number 2. 3 years, 0 interest financing. And IDC will cover your first 2 payments. That's right, you can get a beautiful engagement ring, bracelet, or pendant. Spread your payments over 36 months, and IDC will even cover your first 2 payments. Earrings, anniversary bands, even certified diamonds. At International Diamond Center, we know these days you want and deserve the best possible value. So we're rolling back both prices and finance rates. So come see us in August and get an extraordinary 20% off the top savings on all wedding bands. Or buy anything else and get 3 years, 0 interest finance. And let us even take care of the first 2 payments. Get ready to save at International Diamond Center's Summer of Savings event, starting August 1st. 4 Orlando locations. Unapproved credit. Some product restrictions apply.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-981-9615. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-981-9615 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, or other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-981-9615. 800-981-9615. 800-981-9615.
A small roof leak can lead to a big problem if not repaired. Call the professionals at Skylight Roofing for all your roofing needs. 407-430-ROOF. Get your free roof inspection, skylightroofing.com. Roof with us.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio 104.1.
Obviously, this is why YouTube was created. Obviously. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Guy texts in and says, I only do it with my mom. That makes me a mother fubber.
It's okay, Jack.
Oh, I'm okay.
Breathe.
I'm not.
Why you?
He had that in the. He had that one in the barrel.
I told Jack before the segment, I was like, I just got to find a way to say mother fubber.
Yeah. I ruined it for you.
And
My
then
apologies.
I forgot.
Yeah.
And then the next segment, that's how it starts. I don't know if I'm good at this.
Grand is your 5 o'clock keyword. You are. You're fine. GRAND. I'm the one that's bad at it. 407-916-1041. Deb and Jack and Ross are here as well. Grand, again, your 5 o'clock keyword. RealRadio.fm. Send it off. Maybe you can win that $1,000. We'd love to have you join the crowd and have that $1,000.
Join Andrew.
Hey, I am excited for this topic.
You are? That's good because I am as well. I saw it today, and really, to be honest with you, in the context of the topic, they don't really say that there's any great movement moving toward making Puerto Rico a state. We haven't added a state to our union in 60 years. Alaska and Hawaii, I think, joined last. And we have not. This has been talked about a number of times.
Also amongst all Puerto Ricans. It's kind of, It's not a 50-50 room divider, but I would guesstimate a 25-75 room divider.
So interestingly, we do have some numbers that kind of back up how Puerto Ricans feel about it in America.
Super curious.
Like how many Americans do you believe? Like what's the percentage of Americans that think Puerto Rico should be a new state?
God, I think the average American, A, probably doesn't understand that question, and B, if they do understand that question, they are so incredibly indifferent and just filled with apathy that they would just say, I don't care. Yeah.
That 7% of the response said, I don't have an answer. I don't really care. I don't have a dog in this hunt. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't.
Okay.
7% said. What percentage you think said yes, that they think it should be?
I'll go 25.
Ooh.
25%.
I'll go 16.
I'm going more. I'm going high.
Go high.
51.
66%.
Whoa.
66% of Americans, 2 in 3, said they favor admitting the Caribbean island, which is presently a U.S. territory.
Right.
Of course. The figure line is average, since this is a Gallup poll, by the way, 1,000 people were spoken to. 62 is when they first started asking this question. Back then, 27% opposed statehood, 7% gave no opinion, and the remaining said, sure, why not? They do not get federal funding, but they don't pay federal taxes.
They don't have any representation.
They don't
in
have any
Congress,
representation.
and
They can't vote.
To my knowledge, that is the biggest reason why the narrative of we should be a state exists, is because they basically have this fake American political power. They have no say when all of our states come together and vote.
They were annexed by the U.S. in 1898.
Yeah,
so they've been a part of our game for a while.
It is a interesting scenario, to say the least.
I think it should be a state, but for no reason that I've ever heard anyone else discuss, and that's because in the Olympics, I don't think we should have to compete against them, and currently we do, and that's not cool, because if they win any medals, that should go in the American tally in the total medal count, and they shouldn't be isolated from us.
And that's actually a small example that is kind of comical, but a great example of how wishy-washy gray area this Puerto Rico USA relationship is. It's weird,
especially when you add in the fact of Washington D.C., because our texting service is already lit up with people texting at 77031 saying Puerto Rico shouldn't be given statehood before Washington D.C. and I understand for all the residents who live in D.C. how frustrating it has to be to again have no congressional representation. And yet, at the same time, you understand why it needs to remain a neutral district.
Right, 100%. And by the way, only 27% of Americans think D.C. should be a state.
Wow.
So it's way over. So you can remember, it doesn't have to be, it has nothing to do with being connected to our country. Obviously, Hawaii and Alaska both are not, not connected to the U.S., so are contiguous. But, that's not an issue. And when it comes to breakdown, it says 83% of Democrats think that it should, but only 45% of Republicans say they support making Puerto Rico a state. And I do not understand that.
I believe the thought would be that they're liberal. It would be...
Oh, it would be
a state, it would be a blue state.
Yeah, gotcha.
Right?
Yeah,
Although...
I would never even consider that. I would just, I just the peoples is what I would, you would think about, just because it's a great culture over there.
I just go back to the stories that, just recently a man wasn't allowed to use his Puerto Rican driver's license in Texas.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So I think we have to get just down to the fact that.
So they polled Puerto Ricans 2 years ago. What percentage of Puerto Ricans say they would love to be part of the U.S.? You thought it was low, right?
I thought it was low, but I've had this discussion for a really long time. One of my godparents are Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
I've thought this conversation was very interesting, and even that household was split right down the middle. I'll go 45%. 40% want to become a state, 60% don't.
I'll go 34 want to become a state.
I'll go 44 want to become a state.
Puerto Ricans have supported multiple referendums on the topic over the years. Just 2 years ago, 97% of Puerto Ricans favored becoming a state.
Wow. 97%?
97% of the people polled.
I hate to tell you this, but I will throw all of the laundry on the field for that challenge. For that.
Yeah.
You can't get a 97% on any poll.
Yeah, Puerto Ricans have supported multiple referendums on the topic over the years. 2 years ago, 97% favored statehood. Now you got to remember, this is a poll. They're not going door to door and asking every Puerto Rican if they want to become a state. It's a Gallup poll, so 1,000 or so, maybe a few more people than that are asked. But still, that's a pretty good representation.
Right.
I mean, even with a plus or minus of 5%, that's still an overwhelming yes. Yeah,
It could be
3%. Yeah,
102%.
3%, I guess.
So I've got some numbers from 2020 saying that that year the voter turnout was 55%. That is out of 2.3 million voters. At the same time, 52.3% voted in favor of changing the political status in favor of statehood, and 47% voted against it.
Interesting. Yeah, this is from UPI. I mean, this is a respectable news source. So it's not.
I'm not questioning what you said wasn't what they said. I'm just like 97%. That's a unicorn in the sense of polling.
And it's funny because they I mean, again, I don't know that UPI is a biased news organization or whatever. They do mention what complicates the territory's path to statehood is not U.S. public opposition, but rather a series of political events that have unfolded in San Juan and Washington. Again, apparently, when Trump was in office, Hurricane Maria went through there and tore things up in 2017. And there was the federal aid that was provided came either slowly or it was less than maybe promised or something. I don't know.
Well, you remember
we gave him paper towels.
Yeah. Is that when he did the paper towels?
Yeah, that's when he did the paper towels.
Paper towels.
That was a massive conversation when they got hit by the storm. That's what the main thing that was being said from all of the Islanders of going, so you guys don't care?
Yeah.
Because what's going on, we're still dragging asses months later.
Right.
If we were a state, this would have been a different reaction from you guys.
What would be why would they do it? Like, why would they, and how would that even happen? Like, when you go to get statehood, is basically Puerto Rico just basically selling themselves to us, going, hey, look, this is why we think. How does this even come up for a vote, or how does it even happen? How do they get ratified?
It's got to be a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, I know, but
that much.
But what does it even start with? Does
I would imagine the work of act of Congress.
Yeah, it's
the U.S.
Congress.
Is Puerto Rico run by who? How is it? How is it managed? Is it a governor, a mayor?
Yeah, there's a governor.
Yeah,
because we remember, the governor talking after.
Yes, I do
Hurricane
understand.
Maria.
Yeah, right.
Texting service with a valid point. Why make Puerto Rico a state? We already have Kissimmee.
Oh.
The for me, I would say I don't want Puerto Rico to become a state, and the reason why was because my Hawaii experience was weird.
Why was it weird?
The trip itself is amazing. The land is the prettiest land I've ever seen.
Because the culture felt like it was bought?
It is
how
bought.
About this? Stolen.
Yeah,
and we apologized for it on the 100-year anniversary back in '93. If you dig deep enough, you're like, damn, one country was going to invade these islands, and I guess I should be happy that it was us.
So it just basically gentrified the entire island?
Very much so, and all of the locals are in the back seat while tourism and $5 tie-dye shirts that say Hawaii dominate now, and that's what I would be fearful of for Puerto Rico, and that's the reason why people are against it becoming a state of going, we don't want to get Americanized.
Yeah.
We like our history. We like speaking as much Spanish as we do. We don't want to lose our culture, and I think that has some validity to it.
Not to dump on it, because I've only been there once in my entire life.
I've never been to Puerto Rico.
And obviously it has its challenges and stuff, but do you think that the reason Hawaii was looked at like that because of all of its natural beauty and what it has to offer? Maybe Puerto Rico doesn't exactly have that level of beauty?
Military strategy.
Hey, that's it.
Yeah.
Hawaii was there because it is the most sought-out military real estate this planet. It's in the middle of the Pacific.
Yeah, it puts us the closest to Asia with, safely, that as well as Alaska.
And
Puerto Rico doesn't offer that same kind of military advantage.
And I'd be lying if I said, like, no, I would be okay if China had it. Like, that would also be kind of freaky knowing that they have that.
Right there.
No, they're in Cuba. They're in Cuba right now. They're about 90 minutes off Miami.
Yeah, not even.
Nothing to worry about.
50 miles or so, right?
Nothing to worry about, folks.
I would hate to think that a local, a 10-year-old Puerto Rican boy right now, 7 years when he's an old man, is getting that Hawaiian treatment of seeing military plane after military plane after Hummer going, I remember.
Yeah.
I mean, Native
when it was just
Hawaiians
pineapples and spam.
They can't afford to live on their own islands anymore.
They got
Native
priced out.
Hawaiians have literally been priced out by the Bezos of the world, every other, mega billionaire who's gone onto those islands and have basically priced them out of their own land. The only way to make Hawaii like it was before would be to repatriate the natives back to their land. It's
and I get the Texan
so
service.
sad.
I understand that Puerto Rico is already Americanized. They're trying to hold out on as much as they possibly can.
Yeah.
You think so?
I think some. What was it? Close to half, essentially half of Puerto Rico is kind of split on this, and that they're trying to. It's weird. I think.
But I mean, listen, I will speak ignorantly here. I mean, to have access to federal funds to shore up your power grid, to shore up a lot of those things, to make sure that you have consistent, stability in your country or in your state. That would be very attractive to a governor being able to offer that to citizens, because when we went there, it was post-hurricane, about a year and a half out, and it was still a nightmare. I mean, there's still people running generators to power their businesses, a year and a half outside of a hurricane.
Against the risk of the erosion of your language and culture.
Right, yeah. But I mean, I guess.
Do you listen? Well, I think that's one of the concerns.
Do you I don't know how to. If you listen to 80s music, what would you rather listen to? That all of your 80s music that you grew up on, or all of the 80s remixes that are coming out in the last couple of weeks?
It would be the ones I grew up on for sure.
And I think, although newer people would look at that and go, but this version is better. This one has all of these things. You still will miss that authentic version of what that song brought you.
And really, I mean, it's not difficult to go back and forth to Puerto Rico for Americans, right? I mean, I don't believe you do.
No, you do not.
So you can
because
just
it's U.S. territory.
They use U.S. currency.
So why would that? I mean, I don't even understand why it's a thing then. Like, I guess the idea for me, if it's working the way it's working, why does this come up in conversation?
But is it working the way it should be working? As you pointed out, a year and a half after the hurricane, you're there, and they're still having power issues and infrastructure issues.
And no say in Congress.
And if they were a state, would there be more of an immediate response? As if it happened in South Carolina.
But you have to balance that of the needs of the citizens to what you want to maintain as your cultural diversity there, I guess, right?
And isn't this also kind of like the same deal that we have with the Philippines? Isn't that also like a USA link?
Guam? No, you're thinking Guam. American Samoa would be another one.
Yeah. Where we have that relationship like that. Yeah.
We did have a relationship with the Philippines, but they are not a U.S. territory or a Commonwealth.
No.
But they're like a cousin, like a second,
like a
cousin.
third cousin.
We're all cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I love the Puerto Rican culture. I love we have plenty of that in our building. The people from there that I've always met, they're always wonderful people. The food is great. The music is good. They're lively people. Here's the thing. I'm so indifferent about it, I don't know that I would care. If everybody went, hey, Puerto Rico's a state, I'm like, it's cool. Good for them.
We got to change the flag. Let's do it.
So I think that's where you see a little pushback. It's like, they're going to put a 51st star on the flag?
Right, how do we do that?
Yeah, you would have to just, change the font size?
Oh, my God. And how many guys have lost money on what's hanging from their rear view? What are they going to do now?
I would be a good time to own a flag company.
Yeah, I guess so.
New and improved.
Yeah. We went to Old San Juan on one of the cruise ship things and just kind of walked downtown. And then I read recently, because we like to do the cruise thing, I read recently that they don't really suggest that you go to Puerto Rico right now, especially in that area. Not supposed to be very cool. So I don't know.
I always found it interesting because my best friend of it feels like 55 years now. I'm only 34, but my entire life, and who his parents helped raise me, they would have these discussions in front of me, and I am super white.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think I should have an opinion on this.
Did they ask you what your opinion was? Is this John's mom and dad?
Yeah. I just told them, I said, I don't think it should be a state. I'm not aware of all the political advantages, but I think it is especially after coming back from Hawaii and going, it's stunning, but
Right. You can see the impact.
I would hate to have that happen again on another beautiful island with rainforest.
Well, I mean, obviously, they probably don't look at it like that. I mean, according to this one, even with your numbers, I mean, it's over 50%.
Yeah,
so
it's a big discussion.
Yeah, more than half of them believe that, it would be advantageous to be part of America.
Here's the pros and cons with either way. It's choose which one is the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, it doesn't, for some reason, it doesn't hit me like, I mean, do you guys have a definitive, or are you kind of like me? Like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Would you have a definitive vote on yes or no, whether it would come?
For me, it's more important how the Puerto Rican people feel about it, what benefits they're looking for,
because we're not going to see the changes. Like here in Florida,
we'll see changes.
Yeah, but we're not going to experience that. We do not live there. So, I mean, they're going to experience all the change. Like Ross is saying, I've never been to Hawaii. I don't have any experience with it. And what he's saying could be 1,000% true. But, if they were to join the U.S., things would change there dramatically. They would get federal funding. A lot of things would happen for them. But I don't know at what cost. Like, for me, it doesn't matter. If they are, they are. If they aren't, they aren't. I don't really... I would be like you. I mean, if the people of Puerto Rico believe that it would be advantageous to be part of America, be a state, well, make that push.
iDrive is incredibly successful. Imagine if it was everywhere in Orlando. You go, wow, all this food is good.
And that's what everybody thinks it is, though.
Yeah,
that's what everybody thinks Orlando is iDrive when they come here.
Imagine us locals, and then all of a sudden iDrive is all of 50.
Right, yeah. What, you mean like 192 in Kissimmee?
Yeah, all of those things. But imagine if that was everywhere, and you know that the food is good. Those are people working those businesses, but you also know that it wasn't that's not Orlando.
Right, yeah.
That's Orlando for tourism.
Right, yeah.
But that's not Orlando. That's not Four Rivers.
Right.
You know, those Orlando staples that help build the community's identity.
Yeah, 100%. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Load them up. Let's do trivia and give some stuff away.
Yay.
We have a prize. You have a frog. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO Moving.com.
This is Eric Dickerson. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
Justin Thomas has been nicknamed Captain America due to his great performances for Team USA over the years. Thomas ranks 75th in FedEx Cup points after missing the cut in 3 of the 4 majors this year. And with the top 6 spots out of reach, players like Jordan Spieth, Colin Morikawa, and Ricky Fowler all performing at a higher level, Captain America may be staying in America while USA tries to win the Ryder Cup in Rome. I'm Dan Patrick.
Staples Total Support Plans are your tech plans for the unplanned with 24/7 PC protection against bugs, cracks, and hacks. Plans start as low as $199.99, plus now get up to $250 off select computers. In-store only. Offer ends July 29th. See an associate for details. Protect your tech at Staples.
Let's get you a new bathroom at rebathmidfla.com. That is the website. Go visit it. Check out the before and afters of jobs they've already completed to wonderful customers like our buddy Daryl Payne from Paw Affection Dog Training. He had 2 from these guys, and I think he's actually planning on getting another. They did such a wonderful job when he was showing the photographs to us here in the studio. He was literally smiling like he was showing pictures of a new kid or a trophy fish that he had caught. He loved it. Loved what they did. And by the way, he told me straight up, he goes, I didn't think it was going to be this good. I didn't think it was going to be this stylish. But man, when he got in there and started checking out what they had in the showroom and started talking to the designers, he realized he was in the right spot because they do have those products to make your bathroom look modern. All those bathrooms you see on TV and in magazines, they can do that. They have those products, natural stone, travertine, marble, all those beautiful colors, yes. And they do everything. The tub, the sink, the lighting, the cabinetry, it's all right there. Their craftsmen install it, and they do all of this in just 4 to 6 days. That's it. 4 to 6 days. They do with their employees. That means no subcontractors, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. Guys, I'm telling you straight up, if you're looking to remodel or replace a bathroom, you have to consider Rebath because the products are virtually indestructible, and these are names you've known forever. Toto, Moen, Kohler, those are the kind of things they put in, and their installers are absolutely wonderful. You'll get a great bathroom at a great price, and you'll get it designed perfectly. Log on to the website, visit the showroom. It's rebathmidfla.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts provides more than just the right parts for your repair. Our professional parts people can also offer free check engine light diagnosis. We can scan your vehicle and provide a list of possible fixes. Find the right parts for you or recommend a great local repair shop. Don't ignore your check engine light. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
My fellow Americans, R.C. Hill here from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi. I think it's high time we celebrate. To help you relieve stress and start having fun again. It's time to let freedom ride and break free from your old ride. And declare your independence in a nicer, newer car for just $7 down. Have you been feeling put down, fed up, or just plain tired? Then it's time to let freedom ride. So keep your cash and drive a new 23 Outlander for just $7 down. All RC Hill Mitsubishis include a lifetime limited warranty. Even if you've heard no in the past, America is a land of opportunity. And I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car today. So kick your old ride to the curb and let freedom ride for just $7 down. But hurry, this celebration ends soon. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Get free at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
$7 down requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Example, stock number N12354. $7 down, $3.89 per month for 84 months, 3.9 APR.
If you're a pro painter, do you know how much you're paying per gallon for paint? Paint stores try to convince you that you're getting a good deal with deep discounts. But what they don't tell you is their starting price is too high to begin with. If you buy paint from the Home Depot, you're getting the lowest price per gallon on Behr paint, guaranteed. We offer everyday low prices on every gallon of top-rated Behr paints, stains, and primers. Plus, pros earn discounts through our Pro Extra Paint Rewards program. That's the value of the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only. See store for details.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trendley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trendley Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Okay, next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable, fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring today.
It happens in a matter of seconds, but the aftermath can last a lifetime. Car crash, slip and fall, there's only one Mo you should call, the Mo you know. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Dunkin' is shining gold this summer for childhood cancer awareness. When you stop by your local Dunkin' from July 19th through August 5th and donate $2 to the Joy in Childhood Foundation, you'll receive a Dunkin' Gold Joy Donut as a thank you. Each donut counts and helps bring joy to kids battling illness. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary.
I'm Ellie Anajar of Anajar & Levine. Injured in a car crash? Never rush to settle with insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar & Levine. Our experienced legal team will fight to win you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Ellie Anajar, for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
If you don't know what web goals are, consider yourself lucky. If you feel like helping out, go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
Hey, Jim. I think that Puerto Rico should be a state. They're American citizens just like you and I, and they don't have rights in Congress. Also, you could move to Puerto Rico. So it's not an us versus them. We're all each other. We're Americans. They should be a state.
Got it. I never thought it was us against them, for the record. Was he implying that? That I thought that was...
Not you. I think he meant in the grander sense, not you specifically.
Sometimes I say stuff and I don't know how it comes off. I was just double checking. I don't have any problem with it. We enjoyed ourselves when we were there. Wonderful cigar shops. My God almighty, they were great. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And so is Jackson.
Happy afternoon.
And Ross has the old sauce jar.
All aboard! Chugga, chugga. Choo-choo.
Lickety-clack, lickety-clack. I have a beautiful pair of tickets to see the Canadian new wave and synth pop band Men Without Hats as they rock the Velvet Session stage at the Hard Rock Hotel.
Did not know they were Canadian.
Neither did I.
No clue.
I know, right? All right, well, they hide their
Canadian accent.
I didn't know that, eh?
Oh, yeah.
I also have a beautiful pair of tickets to Leagues Cup, Orlando City versus Santos Laguna, Saturday, July 29th. That is this Saturday. My God, this month is going by quick.
I know.
And that is your Soft Jar, which is brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Got a move coming up? Definitely call them. They can handle it. Local, doesn't matter. Long distance, they got you covered. Residential or commercial. Just make sure you mention the Jim Colbert Show because that's what's going to get you a discount. Book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO Moving.com. Aggro, clickety-clack, back to you.
Very nice. Ross, who goes first today, buddy?
Let's welcome Guy.
Guy right there at the bottom. Guy, how you doing?
Doing great, guys. Hope you're having a great day.
We are having a wonderful day. Oh, God.
Oh.
We are having a wonderful day. Thank you for asking. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it. He's unfazed by my error.
He's feeling fabulous.
All right, guys, this is a very easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them is untrue. It's a fabrication. It's a lie. If you can find that, I will send you off to the sauce jar. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here we go. Yeah. On this day in 1967, actor, singer, producer, plays dim-witted, good-looking guys.
John Hamm.
Was part of one of the most famous sitcom ensembles in television history.
Woody Harrelson.
He loves cars.
Jay Leno.
He's your friend.
Matt LeBlanc?
Matt LeBlanc was born on this day.
Wow.
Very good job. Here are 3 fun facts about Matt and one lie that wants to know how you doing.
How you doing?
And Jack, did you hear that? Everybody now knows which guys we find attractive.
Exactly. All right, here we go. We're talking about Matt LeBlanc, buddy. Tell me which one of these is untrue. Number 1, he's the only cast member of Friends to not appear on Saturday Night Live. Number 2, as a young model, he posed for the cover of a gay travel guide called Damron Travel Guide for Men. Number 3, he was the face of Heinz Ketchup for years and won the prestigious Golden Lion Award for Best TV Ad. Or lastly, he's got one tattoo. It's the Ferrari logo, and it's on his left ankle. Which one of those is untrue?
Number 4.
That's the one. God dang it. You know he's a car guy, and he's a Ferrari guy.
Yeah. Also know you wrote that in the commercial break.
No, I know. I forgot this one. Put you on the hold there, dum-dum. You can get it. God, he didn't even pause. It's 4. Matter of fact, it's 4. I got the guide. I knew. I cheated.
He had to hold back his scoff.
I put him on hold so fast he couldn't make fun of me.
I bet you he's still
doing
laughing.
it right now, yeah.
He is the only cast member of Friends to never appear on SNL.
Do we know why?
No, don't know why. As a young model, he did. That was never even considered that he posed for a gay men's travel guide.
Hey,
that just flew right through the radar. No problem. He's a car guy. Could possibly have the Ferrari logo. That's not even a question. Definitely on the cover of a gay travel guide.
Yeah. Not the ankle tattoo guy, though.
Yeah, he
You
doesn't
don't
seem
know
like
that.
an ankle tat guy.
You know what he does have a tattoo of? A chain, a bicycle chain around his bicep. Does that make Ferrari look so bad now? He does. He has a bicycle chain tattooed on his bicep with his kid's name above it. That's worse than Ferrari.
You don't know his kid's name.
He was the face of Heinz Ketchup for years, and he did win the prestigious Golden Lion Award for Best TV Ad. And
yeah, we know the other ones are facts, Jimmy.
he does have one tattoo. Here's some other things you may not know about Matt LeBlanc. Not like that guy. He knows everything about Matt LeBlanc. Before acting took off, what do you think he did?
Modeling.
No, he did some of that, but it wasn't his primary thing. His dad taught him how to do this.
Plumbing, construction.
Oh, you're close.
I kind of know this.
Electrician.
Jack?
No, telephone surveys.
Carpenter.
Framer.
He was a carpenter, so you guys are close.
Freemason.
He has a tattoo of a bike chain around his bicep with his daughter's name above it.
And her name is Ferrari.
It's so obvious he's not a tattoo guy. He speaks fluent
Chinese. Mandarin.
I'm going to go with Russian.
I'm going to go French.
French is the answer. And that's a running joke in Friends, right? Because in Friends, he would have a hard time speaking French words, and that was the irony, is he's completely fluent in French.
I did not know that. I know the girl who played Phoebe is fluent in French because she's married to a Frenchman.
Well, his mom and dad, his dad is a French Canadian.
I would imagine with the name LeBlanc.
And his mom, I think, is Italian. Interesting mix there.
They say, au revoir, Miss Phoebe. I enjoy your smelly cat, no?
Oh, be careful there.
Merci beaucoup.
He starred in 2 Bon Jovi music videos.
Come on now.
Miracle and Say It Isn't So. And he also appeared in 2 Alanis Morissette music videos, Walk Away, and then her remake of Bob Seger's Night Moves.
I
There
will
you go.
never forget the most powerful words I have ever heard. Pivot, pivot, pivot.
By the way, it's funny. I have a friend that is French Steve. You guys have met him.
Many times.
And the funny thing is you sound way more French than he does. I mean, way more French.
I will never forget that I cried so many tears when I found out that Ross and Rachel were on a break. I have just realized how many episodes of Friends that I have seen.
You do that. You're actually not bad at that.
Very, very good.
According to us.
No, I'm telling you.
What Steve say?
Yeah, listen. When Steve talks, I mean, when it starts to leak in there, that's damn near exactly how he sounds.
I had a French guy, so I have a bit that uses the French accent, and this French guy walked up to me and went, oh, so good, but instead of this, you say this.
Yeah, this.
This. And I was like, all right, I'll take that note, sure. French guy.
But you nailed my...
Yeah.
What's coming up for thoughts, buddy?
Guys, I don't really know how to describe this. I actually shared this list to Jack. Jack, I officially named the list.
Oh, the list.
You're not supposed to hate stuff. Right?
Okay. Well, I mean, there's a number of things I hate.
I was going to say, you do know.
Oh, well, the whole time, everyone was raised.
I've got that tattoo right above a bike chain.
Yeah, it just says
hate.
I covered my Ferrari one up with it.
Hate over a bike chain is such an oxymoron tattoo. But there are things that I hate. I was raised not to hate. You can not like something, but you should never hate something.
Yeah, my grandmother used to say that same thing.
Right? That's an old adage. Well, at 34, I feel like I've had enough life under my belt that I can officially, confidently say, no, I hate these things.
Oh, I love it.
Wow.
I'm double down on my hate here, Jim.
I love it.
So here comes a bunch of hate coming up
All
after
right.
the break.
Oh,
That's
man.
like mother's milk to this guy.
My favorite segment so far.
Yeah.
Let's revel in it.
Why are you sweating?
I'm going to cover it like a blanket of hate.
We're going to get the horny dolphin sound.
All right. All right, Ross up next with thoughts.
Your shot at $1,000 is next. Brought to you locally by Mills Air. If you want a shot at $5,000, make sure you're listening to us on our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Looking at some slow traffic still on I-4 as you travel east and westbound on the interstate. The earlier crash reported eastbound at Dirkskin Drive is now off on the left shoulder, still causing some heavy delays in the area. Another crash causing some slow traffic on Colonial Drive at Powers Drive. If you see other traffic problems tonight, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa's new rechargers are energy drinks for everyday doers. Whether you're going out or staying in, power through your day with a new handcrafted iced or frozen Wawa recharger. Gotta have a Wawa.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at the Filatowski Eye Institute. Your eyes are the window into your world. Everybody knows that. Want to make sure they're crystal clear. Want to make sure no glasses, no contacts. That's why I would never consider Discount Surgery Center for LASIK vision correction going Monday for my appointment to see if they can finally fix me. I turned to the team over at the Filatowski Eye Institute. These guys are a recognized leader in vision correction surgery. And when my son and my father-in-law asked me if I could set them up, I did without question. I trust these guys. You can as well. They have over 65,000 surgeries here in Central Florida. They've been doing it for 30 years. They have the experience you want as well, not to mention the latest state-of-the-art LASIK technology, fast recovery times. Most people who get these surgeries, guys, are back to work the very next day. It doesn't take long, just a few minutes, and your life changes virtually overnight. Start seeing the way you were meant to with crystal clear vision. No blurry vision. You can get rid of that. The Filatowski Eye Institute can do it for you. Text 1041 to 868686. Schedule your consultation today. These guys even offer 24-month interest-free financing to qualified patients. Again, it's easy. Just simply text 1041 to the number 868686. It's the Filatowski Eye Institute. These guys are the smart choice, and in my opinion, the only choice for LASIK vision correction.
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride.
Audio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Audio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Audio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
You can always count on a classic. It's timeless and tastefully legendary. That's the truth behind the Troppy Chop. Often imitated, too delicious to be duplicated. The sauce just won't taste the same. But to really stand out, you gotta stay fresh and move to the beat of your own bowl. The Troppy Chop, only at Pollo Tropical. A classic that never goes out of style.
Summer's almost here. Time to get swimsuit ready for the pool parties and beach vacations. And for the confidence to look your very best, get RM3 from Red Mountain Weight Loss. RM3 works on your belly, hips, and thighs, attacking unhealthy fat and reshaping your body, all while helping you lose up to 20 pounds or more per month. There's simply no faster way to get swimsuit ready than with RM3. It's safe and effective for men and women, and it's all natural, so it won't make you nervous or jittery. RM3 helps overcome issues that cause weight gain, like a slowing metabolism, hormone imbalance, or menopause. This patented medication is available only by prescription, and you can only get it at Red Mountain Weight Loss. So trust the experts at Red Mountain Weight Loss for programs that are doctor supervised and highly successful. Lose weight and look great, just in time for summer with RM3. Dial pound 250 from your cell phone right now and use the keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss. That's pound 250 keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler, like choosing True as One checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truest One checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Running a small business takes grit and determination and a communications provider that's got your back. That's Spectrum Business. Fast, reliable communication solutions that keep your business going. Get 300 megabits per second internet, just $49.99 a month when bundled with Spectrum Business Connect, the all-in-one phone system that lets you work from anywhere on any device. And get a free mobile line for a year. Visit spectrum.com/go faster. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Applebee's daily deals for $9.99 and under. There's a deal every day for everyone. Just $9.99 and under. That's all day, every day. Get into your local Applebee's now. Daily deals are dine-in only in limited locations listed on nrpneighborhood.com. Limited time only while supplies last. Participation varies.
Heads up for you. That doorbell camera you have, it's not a security system. You need to get a Safe Touch security system, and you can do it now during their buy one, get one sale. Nobody beats Safe Touch's technology or price. Visit safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
The podcast Outlaws, The Good Thief tells the story of the Robin Hood of Greece. Follow this fugitive's trail from Athens to mountain hideouts and discover how this bank robber who shares money with the poor has stolen the hearts of the Greek people.
They say Paleokostas has given a lot of money to poor people.
Like, he'd steal a car from a village and return it with a bag of cash on the seat.
Listen to Outlaws, The Good Thief on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on
And then there she was.
Like double cherry pie, yet there she was. Like disco superfly.
What?
I smell sexy.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. Let's get some Ross thoughts.
It's weird. It's funny.
No,
sometimes.
Let's find out.
It's Ross. Spelled like sauce. It's Ross Thoughts.
Ross Thoughts is brought to you by Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company. They make elite beer, and you should experience it because you deserve good beer. This is, there's no easy way to say this. I truly hate these things. I don't know why, but when I was journaling this morning, I just started writing down all the things that I hate. And
there you got Jimmy's trigger point right there. Right
that
out,
seems healthy.
Right out the gate,
The
Jimmy.
funny thing is I hate journaling.
We know that.
So,
well, you should journal about it.
Put that in your
Oh,
gratitude
that's
journal.
And then put that paradox in your pipe and smoke it. So this is, all right, first of all, we brought this up. I brought this up a long time ago about something being very positive, which, this is the flip side of this. I hate when you enter a line, any line. It can be 5 minutes long. It can be 50 minutes long. But when you enter that line, there better be people coming up behind me to make the line longer. Do you understand what I'm throwing down?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because
I had an experience with this recently.
It is the worst. It makes me think that there is not a higher power. Why?
Skipping line.
You're not skipping line. I'm talking about you see a line that's 10 minutes long. You enter said line. There is no one that joins you behind you in the line for 10 minutes, which means you could have not gone in that line and spent those 10 minutes doing anything else because you would have gotten the same spot in the line.
When my wife and I went to see Martina McBride out at SeaWorld when she was there a few months back, we did that very thing. There's a giant line, totally forgetting we had seats already there. We didn't have to really get in that line to make sure we got them. So we waited there in that blazing ass sun for 40 minutes for no reason.
See, and
watch people skip line, and oh man.
So like grocery stores, this happens all the time. You get in line, it's a long line. You wait 15 minutes. You get up to the register, and you are still the end of the line. That's not fair. What's going on? I hate that.
Okay.
Because I feel like I wasted time. I could have done something else in those 15 minutes.
That's pretty specific. Okay,
Yeah.
very good. Okay, I like that one.
That's
All right. Good start.
I hate poorly constructed hard-shell tacos.
Oh.
I truly hate it. Like
when you take one bite and it comes apart like it's glass.
And then it's
crumbly or too thin.
You take a bite and all of a sudden it just takes a fat dump on the plate.
It just falls apart. Now you have to ask for a fork to eat your tacos.
Yeah, and no one wants to ask for a damn fork to eat tacos.
I didn't order a taco salad.
No, I did not. And now I have to mix it up. Like now I'm playing with my food.
Right, and then everybody looks over and goes, "That guy doesn't know how to eat a taco."
Yeah, and it's like, no, it wasn't me. It was this poorly constructed hard shell taco. When I bit into it, it got Thanos snapped.
Yeah,
it's not my fault.
God, what is better than a perfectly constructed with the meat
best.
balance and the cheese and the veggies Man, there's not much better than that.
I'm a huge. Oh, there goes Jack.
I'm telling you, I'm like, I may hit that tonight.
Hey, it's Taco Tuesday.
Oh.
I'm a hard shell guy. I'm also a soft shell guy.
Not a soft
but
shell
the
guy.
one pro, the one pro that soft shell can bring is not the shattering of a dinner plate out of corn tortilla.
You're right. Now, the legit, right, I was going to say, corn tortillas, double them up, and you go to the good taco spots, and they get those good tortillas.
Yeah.
And they got to be corn, though. No flour.
God.
Who does that?
All right, Jim, plane tickets. I had to buy plane tickets recently.
Okay.
Why?
There's so many things to hate for planes.
There's so many. On top of the list is the price of plane tickets. Not the fact that they're expensive. It's because on one day, they cost $50. And then 6 minutes later, $4,500. Why is it this volatile?
That is true.
It's more volatile than crypto.
Yeah.
And crypto's on a knife's edge every other minute.
Yeah.
I want to know officially who makes this decision of upcharging and who prices these plane tickets where truly, I mean, 50% difference within days of each other.
Yeah. I've seen that, especially around holidays. You can watch it go from like if you're trying to fly out on a Thursday, it costs like $200. You fly out that Wednesday night, it's like $60.
When Chris got back from Chicago, everyone's flight was canceled. I mean, they couldn't jump on available flights quick enough and watched them go from $250 to $500 in a matter of minutes.
Wow. I just hate that it feels like a 6-year-old with a nicer suit than I own going, wee! $650, $48 for you, $2,000. There's no rules. Just give me some justice. Okay. Running. This one.
Okay, you stop right there.
I hate.
Just stop right there. You win.
I
hate running too.
Same here.
I hate running out of deodorant.
Oh.
Running out of deodorant. Everybody does this. I don't know about women, though. I don't know. This is what dudes do with deodorant.
I got to back up to the backup to the backup.
So I then all of a sudden, I run out of my backup, and next thing I know, I look at it. Now I'm just scraping hard plastic up against my flesh.
Anything.
I've got something to fix that.
I'm just trying my best to get anything on it. And I always
have some crystals or something you can use.
And then I always tell myself the same thing. I'm like, I got another day left. I can still get a day out of this.
Hard to pull that off in summer in Florida, though, dude. You got to have that protection flare.
And then, so I'm like, I got this the next day. The next day, I go ahead and try it. I wipe it, the plastic thing, which is this weird, like, waffle iron thing that holds all the deodorant, that you're just cutting yourself because you think you got one more day. You swipe on that last day, the plastic thing falls apart, falls out. So now you have to scrape the deodorant out of the weird waffle maker.
And then you're smearing it on your pits, and it's way thicker than it should be.
Yeah. And it's just chunking up. Your finger blasting your armpit, just trying to make sure that you smell like lavender and Future.
Show title.
God, man. Those things I genuinely hate. I could do with the rest of my life without any aspect of running out of deodorant, plane tickets, going super bipolar for no reason.
I rarely run out of deodorant, but I will occasionally run out of shaving cream. And usually I use this stuff called Proraso. It's a soap, because I use the brush thing. But I kind of got away from that one time because I used some shaving cream. I was like, man, this is damn easy. But man, the soap will last you months, and that shaving cream will last you 2 or 3 weeks. And I ran out of shaving cream, dude. Let me tell you, I just wind up using soap. That is no fun.
But you can use soap as deodorant.
You can?
Well, if you use Dial or Safeguard, if you use like an antibacterial bath soap, and you just dampen it, and you run that underneath your arms,
really, it doesn't rash up.
No, you don't want to put it on real thick.
Yeah, of course.
But the antibacterial aspects in the soap will kill the bacteria in your underarms, and that will at least get you through the day.
Damn.
Well, we figured out the deodorant problem.
You're running out of toothpaste and then you wind up using baking soda?
I've gotten desperate. I've done that.
Yeah.
You know what's another thing about the plane? Don't get me started.
He just started and stopped himself.
The plane thing is on you.
I don't like that. And then depending, I'm flying Frontier, so I'll never see you guys ever again.
There's a chance.
And
it's a coin flip.
We lost him over Montana. We don't know what happened.
Like, I get it. It's almost hacky, like the idea of like, man, they're charging me for everything. I have not flown Frontier ever since that's been kind of they're like, well, it's how we make money.
Right,
dude.
yeah. It's like $40 to get on the plane, then it's $90 to bring your bag. It's $500 for internet.
$32 for oxygen.
Right, yeah, you got to pay for your own seatbelt.
Oh, is that inhale and exhale you're doing?
Oh, we're sorry. That exhale is going to cost you today.
Yeah, that's $5.99.
Oh, by the way, we've isolated the AC. You have to pay for that separately.
Right.
I'm sorry, did you just look at that? In the jar. You owe us money. It's like so much.
They literally walk a tip jar up and down the aisle.
So whether it's something that I hate and you're experiencing long lines and then no one joins you at the end of the line.
I know.
God almighty. Whether it's plane tickets and how people are like, whatever, charge them because they're going to pay for it.
I have to tell you, of all of those, the taco one still has me. That's the one that just will burn my balls. I cannot stand it.
It's so not fair.
It is not fair.
I did good on this Tuesday. I deserve a properly formed hard taco.
You know what I don't want to happen? I don't want it to take one bite and have it split right down the bottom, the entire length, and then falling out. So then I'm playing food crane. I've been like snow shoveling with these tacos, and they're breaking. And next thing you know, I'm just sitting there with a pile of shards, taco shards.
It's not fun. It's not fun. And then when the bottom of it just all of a sudden ass cracks show up.
Exactly. That grease from the meat just slices that thing right down the middle.
I didn't know I could produce earthquakes via mouth.
Oh, God, it's so pissed.
God, I get so mad. You know what calms me down?
What's that?
Great beer.
You bet.
By Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company, specifically that blood orange wheat, especially if the sun is up. However, if the sun is down, I've been leaning towards their Southbound Hiker New England IPA. Let me just clarify. Blood orange wheat is the best hot time beer. You know what's the best moon is up beer, nighttime beer? The Southbound Hiker. There it is. Andy and Robbie, the minds behind Persimmon Hollow Beer, they're just passionate about the beer that they brew. I promise you, you can taste their love being their best ingredient. You will enjoy Persimmon Hollow Beer. So go out and visit them. They have 5 locations. My location is right off of Lake Eola, downtown Orlando. Visit them at phbeer.com. And never forget the best slogan in the game. Drink sensibly, but get weird. Those are your Ross thoughts. I'm out. Peace.
Yesterday we told you we're going to tell you some things to help you live longer. I'm going to tell you what those are next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mike, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at some slow traffic still on I-4 as you travel east and westbound on the interstate. The earlier crash reported eastbound at Dirkskin Drive is now off on the left shoulder, still causing some heavy delays in the area. Another crash causing some slow traffic on Colonial Drive at Powers Drive. If you see other traffic problems tonight, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
I'm back! And look at all the Fresh from Florida produce I brought home.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
It's refreshing to know that locally grown Fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Wells Fargo gives you access to direct deposit funds up to 2 days early.
Plus, if you look at the X and Y axes...
What if everything came 2 days early? Like the weekend.
Well, that was a pleasant surprise.
You can't get everything early, but when it comes to direct deposits, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/get-early to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Not all direct deposits are eligible. Early availability is not guaranteed and may vary between deposits from the same payer. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Attention business owners. Was your company impacted during COVID? If you had W-2 employees during 2020 and 2021, you may be entitled for up to $26,000 per employee through the Employee Retention Credit Program. This is not alone. The IRS paid back billions already. We've helped thousands of businesses just like yours. So let us help you. At ERC Business Solutions, we make it simple. We do it all for you, so you won't have to worry about the complex application process. There's absolutely no risk. If you don't get paid, we don't get paid. Most businesses do qualify, even those with no decline in revenues or those that already got PPP. Discover how much you can claim. There's no cost or obligation. Call now, 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Get up to $26,000 per employee. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250.
The Home Depot and Behr have what you need when you need it, delivered straight to your job site and at an everyday low price. We're now delivering top-rated Behr paint, stains, and primers directly to you same day or next day. Plus, pros earn discounts with Pro Extra Paint rewards. Contact a Behr Pro Paint specialist to schedule your paint delivery today. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Limitations may apply. Not available in all markets. See store for details.
Florida home insurance options are thinning faster than your father-in-law's hairline. So before you end up with less coverage than his bald spot, check out Open House Home Insurance, an online-first home insurance solution that is here to stay. With an insurance group that has been serving Floridians for over 25 years, Open House saves you money without sacrificing coverage. Get a quote in seconds at openhouseinsurance.com. Administered by Frontline Insurance Managers Incorporated and underwritten by First Protective Insurance Company. See openhouseinsurance.com for details. This advertisement does not constitute a binding offer or guarantee of coverage.
What's the Anajar Levine difference? When you're injured in a car crash, we focus on your case so you can focus on the one thing that matters most. Getting better. I'm Glenn Levine with Anajar Levine. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
The podcast Outlaws, The Good Thief tells the story of the Robin Hood of Greece. Follow this fugitive's trail from Athens to mountain hideouts and discover how this bank robber who shares money with the poor has stolen the hearts of the Greek people.
They say Paleokostas has given a lot of money to poor people.
Like, he'd steal a car from a village and return it with a bag of cash on the seat.
Listen to Outlaws, The Good Thief on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Baby boomers and retirees, protect yourself from the coming tidal wave of higher taxes. This administration's spend and tax schemes, along with their failed economic policies, are only going to add more to the taxes already being taken of your retirement savings. You can gain retirement tax protection from national talk show wealth strategist and best-selling author Chuck Oliver of The Hidden Wealth Solution. Learn how you can get a head start to be retirement tax smart. Imagine learning proven solutions, saving thousands in unnecessary taxes. Visit retirementprotected.com. Retirementprotected.com.
Hi, I'm Sridhar.
And I'm Aarti. We have spent the last 20 years building and working at some of the largest companies in the world. We worked with some remarkable people. Rob McElhenney.
When I see the people of Wrexham, I grew up exactly like them, and I think that transcends culture.
Check out the Aarti and Sriram Show. That is AARTHI and SRIRAM Show.
Listen to the Aarti and Sriram Show on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
This hour of programming brought to you by MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com. Need a new roof? Then you need Mike at MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com.
Radio. 104.1.
Are you offended yet? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Ross, I went to a dispensary for the first time last Friday, and boy, let me tell you, it was like Christmas Day. I was like a kid in a candy store. It was like Halloween, 4th of July, Memorial Day, Labor Day, all of them in one. I think that's my new addiction, is going to the dispensary. Please help me.
Why?
All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Your 6 o'clock keyword is check, C-H-E-C-K. Go to realradio.fm, send it away for your chance at $1,000. Andrew won on Friday. You can win this week. It's the last week of the contest, so be sure to listen up and give it a shot every single time. Again, that's check. That is your 6 o'clock keyword. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack.
Hi there.
And Ross.
It's true.
All right, so some of these are very obvious, but it's kind of funny because the time and life expectancy makes these, like, you probably should pay attention. Basically what it says here is this is a new study of over 700,000 U.S. veterans.
Okay.
Right, breaking down some of the habits that, when adopted by middle age, can help someone live substantially longer than folks that do not adhere to these habits. It says here, a study found that men with all of these habits at the age of 40, in other words, all of these positive habits at the age of 40, would live an average of how much longer than someone who doesn't at the age of 40. Like, let's say you get to 40, I start doing this, Jack does not. How much longer will I live than Jack?
10 years. I'll take 12.
I'll take 16.
24 years.
Whoa.
And for women, it's 21 years longer. 24 years. That's more than a third of an average lifetime.
I can't wait to pick and choose this list.
All right. Yeah. All right. Some of these
not
are
worth it.
Some
Not
of,
worth it.
Some of these
not
are
worth it.
Where do you? I tell you what. We'll just throw it up for grabs. See if you can name them.
Sleep.
Practice good sleep habits. That is one.
Exercise.
Exercise. Obviously, be physically active is another.
Having friends.
Maintaining positive social relationships is one for sure.
Eating well.
Eating a healthy diet is as well.
Not drinking.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Don't binge drink.
Right.
It says on a regular basis. So basically what it's saying is, hey, man, if you lose your mind once a year, you're good.
Happy New Year.
It is weird. That was one of the things I found odd about the list. It says don't binge drink on a regular basis. In other words, it's giving you some room in there to still have some fun and let loose, even in the context of trying to live 24 years longer.
Well, what is binge drinking?
I would think they say it's more than 5 drinks in a certain hour's time.
I'm good.
Yeah.
So like if you have 5 drinks in 2 hours or 3 or 4 hours, that's binge drinking or something?
I've always looked at binge drinking as you go until you don't.
Yeah, I don't believe that's how they look at it. I think they believe that in a short period of time, like 3 hours, you take in more than 5 or 6 drinks or something, that's considered binge drinking.
I think the latter part of that sentence, though, is the one that you got to watch out for.
On a regular basis.
Regular basis.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you can get lit up once a year and, kind of go crazy once a year, it's not going to put you in the grave. But if you're doing that once a month, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, what I get afraid of is that, like, I have caught myself, Wednesday, day after show, I never drink 3 beers, but every day for a little bit there, for about like 2 months, I would have a beer at the end of the night.
Right.
And then I realized, I was like, let me just make sure that I'm on top of that. So now I make sure to go every week, just like a couple of days sporadically without alcohol. And it also makes the alcohol taste that much better.
Right, yeah. I find that it, like, as I started losing weight, I would not drink during the week.
Oh, yep.
And I would only drink during the weekends. And then, what happens is your tolerance for drinking, it kind of goes down. So, if you don't have any beers during the week and then you hit it Friday night and you have like 2 or 3, you're going to feel it. It's going to have the desired effect without having 6.
Yeah.
What else?
Sex.
Yeah.
Doesn't say anything about sex.
There you go.
Nothing about sex. This is over 40, by the way. They're saying when you turn 40, if you are doing these habits, you will live an average of 24 years longer than somebody who does not do these.
Drinking water.
Does not say anything about drinking water.
I guess.
I think that probably goes into the diet thing.
Yeah, I'm assuming stretching is part of exercise.
Yeah, I would think all that. And you got to remember, on this list are things you don't do as well.
Oh, smoke.
Don't smoke.
Yeah, and also that's vape as well.
Do not smoke. That is bad news.
What about any drugs?
Do not get addicted to opioids. That seems kind of easy, right? Yeah, I mean, I could say you could throw cocaine and meth in there too.
But the weed,
or fentanyl.
good on the
Doesn't
weed?
say anything about the weed. Doesn't say anything about the weed. There's one that you're leaving off. There's only one left. And I have to tell you, it's 6th on the list. But I would think this would be number 1 because I've read recently that almost any amount of alcohol in your body is bad. Like, I mean, you deal with it for sure. You drink it because you enjoy it. But, we were sold for years. Hey, a glass of wine is fine. It's not. It's a toxin to every part of your body. Any of it is going to be detrimental to your body long term. Now, is that going to stop you from living to 82, having a beer occasionally? It is not. But if you're asking if any of it is healthy for you, it is not. I think this part is something that I could do way better and that more than likely would cause me some serious drama later in my life.
Reply to emails.
No, it's not reply to emails, you douchebag.
Journal.
You have to manage this, it says.
Stress.
Stress is the answer.
Yeah.
Stress is the number one. I mean, the hypertension is a big, big deal. And look, man, it is one of the proven things that if you can manage stress in your life, that you will be way better off. But you know what the crazy thing is? On this list, that's the hardest one of them to manage. Without question. That is on this list. When you look at it, when you go down and you think, be physically active, you can do that. Don't smoke, easy to do. You can do that. You can stop smoking. No addiction to opioids, just don't do them. You don't have any problem. Don't binge drink, again, that's no problem. Eating a healthy diet, very achievable. Practicing good sleep habits, that may be a little bit more difficult because of things you do during the day. Maybe you just don't sleep well. Maintaining positive social relationships, you can do that pretty easily as well. Managing stress, to me, is the number one thing on this list.
Because it's how you respond to outside influences, right?
1,000%, buddy.
I think meditation is one of those keys to help you to respond instead of react to things like that.
Yeah.
So you kind of slow it down and you kind of take a step back in a different perspective, and it helps you manage stress better.
Yeah, well, the first thing you need to learn would be how to talk to yourself nicer.
I don't know. That's
why I yell at you.
That's a motivation thing.
That is not a motivation thing. No, that is not. My therapist, that is not a motivation thing.
There's
I'm
two
sorry,
people
it is
yelling
not.
at you. Deb and yourself.
I'm telling
Stop
you.
yelling at me. I'm getting stressed out. I'm going to die.
I used to say that same thing. Like that negative voice in my head is what keeps me humble.
I call myself dumb at least 15 times a day.
And my therapist said, no, Deborah, that negative voice is what keeps you sick.
I don't even look at it as negative because
if you heard yourself, if I recorded it and played it back to you and said, Deborah, you are such, and used the same words that you will use in the studio to speak to yourself, you may not think it's a big deal, but subconsciously you are taking in those messages.
But it's a joke to me. Like I'm just joking with myself.
No, you're
like
not.
I don't think I'm dumb, and I don't think I'm a dumbass, and I don't think when you hear me call myself names, I don't really believe that. It's just that I'm going so fast, I make these mistakes that I should not make just by chilling out.
Here's the deal. I do the same exact thing. And my wife will tell me, she's like, don't say that about yourself. Oh, it's like, it's okay. I don't really believe it.
Yeah, I don't
But
believe
in the
it.
moment, I'm like, you dummy.
You dumbass.
Well, that's different. I mean, you say dummy, but if you really heard the vitriol that comes out of this man's mouth toward himself,
That's just how he is.
I know. But therein lies part of the answer.
That's how he talks to everybody.
Deborah gets more upset about that than anything we ever deal with in the studio.
Yeah.
How I talk about myself sometimes when
I hate it.
when I do stupid stuff.
I hate it because it's cruel. And if you spoke to anyone in this building the way you spoke to yourself,
I'd get fired immediately.
You'd be not just fired, you'd be arrested.
Oh, come on, man.
No, it's horrible, you guys. It is horrible. He wouldn't speak to an animal, a child, another adult, even someone he didn't like. Jimmy wouldn't speak to them the way he speaks to himself.
Well, I think that's what he's doing. He's talking to somebody who he doesn't like.
about somebody he doesn't like.
Yeah,
do you
at
do
that moment.
Do you come down on yourself like that? Do you, when you do something stupid or just
I do too. I just don't. I mean, you're off the chain.
I think it's. I would say once a year I'll blow up at myself. But I do hold myself accountable.
Which is important to do, but to do it without being abusive to yourself is something to learn. It'd be something for you to learn.
But I think it's odd, and I understand where you're coming from. But for me, it's weird because internally, I've done this my entire life. And it is more of a motivation thing for me. When I'm like, Jimmy, you stupid blank, 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 blank. It's just me saying, slow down, dummy. You've been doing this You've been doing this so fast your entire life. That haste makes waste thing has applied to you your entire life. Literally, one of the first things I remember if you look at my yearbook.
Just say slow down.
Without
all the other crap.
In the 7th grade, I had teachers writing in the yearbook going, hey, buddy, just slow down and you'll have the world by the tail. Just slow down. Just relax. Just chill out a little bit. I mean, over and over in my yearbooks, because I've just been high-strung my entire life.
Well, it's making Jack Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I was just thinking... Yeah, I mean, from that, but throughout your life, up until the last boss here would tell you the same thing. Jimmy, slow down.
Oh, she just told me when she left. She goes, "Hey, you read your ads too fast." And I say the same thing to every one of them. I never made a dime going slow.
So
how would you know?
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Because I look at my balance. I'm like, yeah. I mean, going fast has done well for me. And going slow seems so unnatural to me. And I hate it. You know about things I hate? I hate getting behind somebody going exactly the speed limit. I can feel my body dying inside when I'm just going the speed limit. And I know it's fine. It's the speed limit. It's there. But if I'm behind somebody and they're going 45, which means I'm going 43, man, you think I talk poorly in the studio. If you had a recorder in the cab of my truck, I mean, straight to jail.
Ross and I
I'd get a Russian jail.
Ross and I have sat there and experienced that. I'm as crazy sometimes as you're terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, drive on the emergency lane because the person ahead just didn't move quick enough, and Jimmy's like, skirt, skirt.
I
can't
did that
stand
too
going.
when I was 17.
I can't stand going slow. I can't stand it. It drives me crazy, man.
No, what if I told you that your slow is someone's fast and your fast is someone's slow?
Oh yeah, that's
and that your opinion weighs just as much as everybody else on the road.
I understand that. All I'm saying is this is me internalizing. I just can't stand going slow. It doesn't matter where it is. I get called out for my family when we go places. I will be walking and talking to them, and I'll look back, and they'll have all stopped because I'm 20 feet ahead of them, 30 feet ahead of them. But I'm just walking at my normal pace because I move quickly. I don't know why.
That's why you should hold your wife's hand.
I do, but then I let go so I can go.
I tether myself because otherwise I find I start drifting. I'm like 5 feet ahead, 6 feet ahead. I'm like, oh.
But there are some times when I'm just enjoying myself and I don't have a goal that I just relax. Like I'll give you an example. My wife will never go with me to Halloween Horror Nights anymore.
What?
And the reason why she'll never go,
That was one of your most favorite things to do every year.
Actually, I don't mind it. It's a lot of fun. She goes with a friend that they've been going for a while. We've been in a number of times. But the problem is I paid for the ticket, so I want to go to all the houses. Well, you know what that means?
You got to hustle.
You got to haul ass. And my wife doesn't care about that. If she goes to Halloween Horror Nights and she goes to 3 houses, but has a great time from one to the other, that's her goal. My goal is I paid this $150, wherever the hell it is now. I'm going to go to every one of these houses. So I get out of one house. We're like, we got to go. We got to get over to the Stranger Things house. It's going to, we're not going to make it if not.
Oh, yeah.
And
you're going on your own.
I'm speed walking all the way across the park. And she's like, why don't you just relax and enjoy looking at this stuff? And I'm like, oh, but the ride's over there. And I'm like, we're supposed to be here to go in the haunted houses, right?
I mean, it boils down to this. This is a hard question and you're the one who gave me this question. Well, what do you want? Who do you want to be? If you're okay with, being perceived as a fast person, if you're okay with getting raging angry at going 43 and a 45.
I don't have any power over it, Ross. I don't. I would love to be able to relax and drive 45 miles an hour. And it does work for a short period of time. And then I find myself getting angry for some reason. I don't know why. I probably need therapy.
To Deb's point on how you talk to yourself, what you just said, I don't have any control over it. I do.
Well, I don't.
No, you do.
I don't.
You do.
You do.
I'm
You
telling
do.
you.
You
would
do.
No one else does.
It would be
only you
do.
do.
It would be like this for me. It would be like you guys saying to me, you can't write with your right hand anymore. You have to write with your left hand for the remainder of your life.
You would learn how.
It would be that queer to me. It would be.
It would be tough.
And then you get used to it.
Exactly. Eventually, it would become muscle memory, and the old way would be like, I can't believe I ever did that. You just have to stick with it long enough.
But why?
Why not?
But why? Because I'm doing all right the way I am.
But see, that's the thing, though.
That's why I asked. If you're okay with it, then you're good.
Well, I don't need to worry about if I'm okay with it. I don't want it to affect people around me. That's the problem. I've lived with this for years.
Right,
I don't want it to negatively affect my family, my wife, my relationship, any of that stuff.
So you want to talk about it not affecting other people. What was number 6 on the list? Stress? And that's all self-induced stress? You want to love people, right? You want to be a good everything for your family.
Mm-hmm.
Be okay with going 43 and a 45 so you live longer for them.
You just saying that makes me angry.
Yeah, I know. and I hate to say it, I'm with Deb and Jack. That's in your control, because whose fault is it then? God's?
No, it's not. I mean, look,
whose control is it in?
I know it is my control. I'm being facetious. The problem is I find it very difficult to break that habit. When people talk about stop smoking, I watched my wife try to stop smoking 3 or 4 or 5 times. She finally did it. I mean, she was just crumbled 3 or 4 of those times. And it doesn't seem detrimental. That's the thing, is it's so hard to make a change when it doesn't seem detrimental. Like, me getting mad at traffic, or me liking to walk fast or go fast. It's not detrimental to my life. It's not going to make me live less long.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and
That's what we're saying.
your
Yeah.
blood pressure is probably.
I've got meds for that. I'm fine.
You're just so used to it being like at hyperdrive that imagine what it would be like if you could get off those meds because you won't need them anymore.
But that's why they make them, for people like me. I'm part of the study group.
But that's the thing. There is a benefit. There is a payoff. But it's a bit of an unknown, and it might be a bit ambiguous. But reducing the stress, finding a way to manage it, is supposed to help you live longer. Maybe the show would suck. Who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe we all lose our job because you found, your zen.
Well, maybe I should start doing this, right? So I know it usually takes me about 37 to 40 minutes to get home from the station. Maybe I should say, well, let's see if I can take 45 minutes to get home. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I can set a parameter and go, well, instead of trying to get home in 32 minutes, because it's more fun, and you're speeding a little bit and you're kind of dodging traffic a little bit, and it's more like a game, and it's fun.
I haven't done that in my life.
Oh my God.
Maybe I can
do it
leave
every
here.
time I turn the key.
Maybe I can leave here and think, you know what? Do not walk in that door before 7:45. And that gives me an extra 6 minutes to just kind of take it easy, right-hand lane, 45 miles an hour.
I recommend
put the all cruise on.
I recommend some Tibetan bell music for some deep meditation.
God.
And
I can't meditate. Are you kidding? Sit still for 4 minutes?
No,
Are you
just
out of your mind?
put it in the background while you're driving.
While you're driving, like listen to Costco music.
Costco music?
Yes.
The hell are you talking about?
Jeez, he's so angry.
I'm not even angry. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Classical music.
Oh, I thought you said Costco music. I'm like, I'm not listening to Kirkland tunes.
Get some chakra singing bowls. Listen to that.
Chip took offense because he thought you called him Kirkland signature.
I'm like, what? Who's recording with Costco?
The golf balls are good, but nothing. What are we talking about?
All right, 407-916-1041.
That's
Text
what you need. Some Himalayan metal singing bowls.
770.
Well, you need a shaman, crystals, shrooms, acid. I think a whole new religion. I don't know.
Left side of the menu.
How about Adderall?
That would be the worst thing for you.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I don't know, though.
You're wired. You are wired.
Is it like Coke or something?
It's a methamphetamine.
But I think
I like the way that sounds.
But with him,
said that right?
Because if he has ADHD, then that's what they would prescribe.
Yeah,
because interestingly enough, he's already wired, so the
What'd she say?
methamphetamine would. I'm going back to my Tibetan salt bowls, my chakra bowls.
All right, 407-916.
Call shaman.
1041.
Station
Yeah, we
here,
did.
right?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
legit.
But he just liked to hug a lot. It was weird.
Oh yeah, that says a lot right there.
He's a hello hugger, and I don't know. He was like, "Come on in here, big guy." I'm like, "Yeah, buddy, I'm not that game. That's not my life."
Look at that. He's upset with handshakes. He's just upset with
hugs. Who's upset with a hug?
What do you want from us?
He would hug me. I pulled a knife on him. Like, get it back. What are you doing? I'm taking my watch. All right, let him up. We'll do a last call and get the hell out of here. 407-916-1041. 3 lines are open. Let's do it next.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Did you know in certain countries, for one in the Netherlands, if you are disabled, they give you a budget to hire prostitutes to have sex with you if you're a disabled person.
Do you have to be a citizen?
You're asking for a friend?
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Ian Cassette with your Central Florida forecast. Lingering rain chances remain possible here through the early evening hours, with quieter weather overnight and a low near 76 degrees. On Wednesday, winds will be a little bit more out of the southeast, allowing for the Atlantic sea breeze to push inland. That will lead to mid-afternoon showers and storms with a high of 93 degrees and feels like temperatures that could reach 104 degrees. We'll continue with good chances of rain here through the end of the week. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Ian Cassette.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
I'm Scott Trout, attorney and CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. We help men deal with the life changes triggered by divorce. But life changes also occur after divorce. These changes can make parts of your existing court order irrelevant or harder to follow. If you feel a modification to your court orders might be necessary, talk to us at Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. CordellCordell.com.
Summer's almost here. Time to get swimsuit ready for the pool parties and beach vacations. And for the confidence to look your very best, get RM3 from Red Mountain Weight Loss. RM3 works on your belly, hips, and thighs, attacking unhealthy fat and reshaping your body, all while helping you lose up to 20 pounds or more per month. There's simply no faster way to get swimsuit ready than with RM3. It's safe and effective for men and women, and it's all natural, so it won't make you nervous or jittery. RM3 helps overcome issues that cause weight gain, like a slowing metabolism, hormone imbalance, or menopause. This patented medication is available only by prescription, and you can only get it at Red Mountain Weight Loss. So trust the experts at Red Mountain Weight Loss for programs that are doctor supervised and highly successful. Lose weight and look great just in time for summer with RM3. Dial pound 250 from your cell phone right now and use the keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss. That's pound 250 keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Running a small business takes grit and determination and a communications provider that's got your back. That's Spectrum Business. Fast, reliable communication solutions that keep your business going. Get 300 megabits per second internet, just $49.99 a month when bundled with Spectrum Business Connect, the all-in-one phone system that lets you work from anywhere on any device. And get a free mobile line for a year. Visit spectrum.com/go faster. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Some good news. Dunkin' just dropped a new menu item, and it's epic. Try new extra charged Dunkin' Refreshers with 50% more caffeine. Yes, 50% more caffeine. Basically, an energy-packed refresh button in a cup. Available on all your favorite Dunkin' Refresher flavors like strawberry dragon fruit, raspberry watermelon, and mango pineapple. Try new extra charged Dunkin' Refreshers today. Available for a limited time, so run, don't walk. America runs on Dunkin'. Drinks are fruit flavored. Contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Price and participation may vary.
O'Reilly. Does your vehicle have over 75,000 miles? Get maximum high mileage engine protection with Syntec Full Synthetic High Mileage Motor Oil exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec High Mileage and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $34.99. Limit supply. Ask for Syntec High Mileage at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
GiveMeTheVin.com now has 40 offices around the U.S. 40. We did $2 billion in buys last year, $2 billion with a B, because we pay the most, we're easy to deal with, and we take care of you, the customer. That's why we have 4 stars, the highest rankings of any car buyer. GiveMeTheVin.com dominates. Why? Because we take care of our customers. They don't call me America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Car crash? Call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Jim, I just love the way you're taking a new outlook on life.
but I'll bet you $20 right now the first slow person you get behind in that 45-minute ride is just going to send you through the roof. Hypothetically, it sounds great. But bro, I know exactly how you feel. I'm trying to work really hard on it too lately, but it just takes that one person. And usually that one person shows up in my first 3 minutes on the road.
Well, my thing is the last 8 miles of my trip home are 2-lane highways or 2-lane roads.
Oh, yeah.
And they're rural. So we have a lot of these old timers out there that they get in their F-150, their 79 F-150.
You're just going to go down the road a piece.
They're just going to go down the road a piece.
Yeah.
And they got nowhere to be, nothing to do. And I get behind them every single day.
Of course.
And the other person I get behind is the 75-year-old woman in the Cadillac mini SUV thing. What do you call those things? Those hybrids?
Yeah.
She's also one that loves to go about 45. It doesn't even matter what the speed limit is. It's 45. I inevitably am going to find one of those people, and I just have to learn how to just, find something to listen to and just chill out. Because what I want to do is drive over them.
Yeah. So
that's what I want to do.
I think you should change what you're listening to, too. You need to find something that's more calming. And the Tibetan bells might be a little extreme for you at this time, but...
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and say the Tibetan bells probably aren't going to work for Jim.
Try reggae.
I don't mind reggae. But I listen to podcasts, and honestly, just hearing people talk is what really kind of calms me down. So that's what I listen to.
Microdose.
Trust me. You think our guys have suggested that a couple hundred times?
Microdose, I think, is the way.
I may do it, man. You never know. Look, it's becoming a little bit more and more prevalent. So who knows?
I know a guy, and I know that you know I know a guy because I know that you know a guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Me.
All right, 407.
You can sign up for the test with CNS Healthcare.
God, could you imagine? What if it made it worse?
I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, not a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, the first part of your answer. The first part of your answer said this: would die.
If you're doing any microdose of any hallucinogenic, it's not a physical thing. It's going to be a mental thing that you're going to be going through.
All right.
I don't know if there's anybody. You could do dumb stuff on it, but we're talking microdose. Do that for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend who really turned their life around through microdosing.
Really?
Yeah, by putting these really
He was doing well and then started crashing?
No, micro hits of acid in full bottles of water. And acid is already incredibly small.
Right.
A piece of paper, they just put a drop on
That's it.
And they're divvying up a drop of LSD over a span of 2 weeks.
Isn't it amazing that something that small could alter your consciousness that much?
Yeah.
A quarter of a drop, and you feel it. My heart pressure meds, it's the tiniest little pill of all time. And you take these gigantic, huge, when I had that thing in my arm here recently, man, I could barely get the antibiotics down that I had to take. They were so big. They were like bananas. It was like taking a banana.
You do like that fruit.
All right,
do you eat
407.
bananas?
I do. I eat bananas and peaches and apples. I eat more fruit and veggies now than I ever have in my life.
Hell yes!
It's the banana thing that's got me concerned. It
Everything
seems to
is
be the lean.
bananas.
Everything is bananas.
My favorite,
Got banana on the brain.
Every now and then we'll still get a pickle. And I'm like, I don't know. Anybody says that. You once referred to a quarterback playing really well because he was just straight throwing pickles all Sunday. I was like, dude, that's not a thing, but it should be.
You could heave that pickle.
This guy's chucking pickles.
I could chuck a pickle. I just make it up on the run. I don't know.
You're the Black and Shakespeare, dude.
It sounds
Shakespeare
good.
made up all of this stuff.
All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Speaking of Deb, who do we have to thank today, dear?
Well, we want to thank the very esteemed personal injury attorney Glenn Klausman of Klausman Law for bringing us What'd You Do That's New.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, you can follow along with the master list at JimColbertLive.com. Jack has already put up his link for his suggestion for next week as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then last but never least, we want to thank Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat.
Yeah, they do a great job for us. Jack, do we have a question of the day?
We do, and the question we posted, should Puerto Rico be a state?
This is going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
I really don't even know where to start with this one because, according to the numbers that are here and what Ross was telling me and what the texting service was saying, by the way, they were saying you were more accurate than what I was reading today.
Well, it's like I said, this is just a really hard, it's kind of a perfect debate.
Yeah.
I know where I align on it, but it's a great question.
I'll go 70% say yes.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. The average between our three platforms of Twitter, YouTube chat, and gym members on Facebook comes to 70%.
I'll be damned.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Ross, stand up.
Yes, I'm going to be flying out tomorrow to go to Nashville, Tennessee to perform Thursday at Zany's Nashville Comedy Club. If you know anybody out in Nashville, that's where I'm going to be. The 27th, this Thursday, I'll be at Zany's.
Have you ever been to Nashville?
Not to perform, no.
Oh, but you've been there to hang out.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Broadway changed
It's
me.
a good ass time, dude. That's a good. I don't care if you boot scoot or not. Broadway's a good ass time.
It is a good time.
Just every bar has the best live music you've heard.
All right. Tomorrow we have Scott.
I'm not yelling, you dumb son of a bitch.
He's one of my new favorites. By the way.
Yeah, he's getting
You're
Because
welcome.
he
in.
sounds like you.
Prince of the Island. Last call.
Hey, Jimmy, the first time I met you was at one of those malls where you were doing the wine testing.
Yes.
And all I saw was a bald guy with a little bit of hair sticking out, and he was walking like fast as he could, like he stole something from the mall. I would never forget that evening.
Thanks, Prince of the Island. I do walk fast.
Like you stole something from the mall.
My kids walk fast, and when their friends ask them, they tell them exactly what I used to tell them as kids. Kids, I don't walk fast. I walk with purpose. And they all haul ass. I mean,
I think his whole hair commentary, though, was a little unnecessary.
It was.
For that
It
one,
was.
right?
We're going to ban him for a couple weeks. Cowboy, last call.
We're not.
All right, before I make the joke, I am on the spectrum. What's the best thing about dating an autism kid that's on meth?
I don't know. What's the best thing about dating an autistic kid on meth?
Well, we always have a belly button friend, and we beat it up like a retard.
God, dude. God almighty.
Whoa.
He
I don't
gave
even
the
understand
clearance
it.
for the R word there.
I'm missing Ram Ranch right about now. How about you
I
guys?
don't know. What happened to Ram Ranch?
I don't know. What happened to Ram
Too
Ranch?
much Ram, I guess, in that ranch.
Too much Ram in his ranch. I don't know.
Never too much
Somebody-
Ram at the ranch.
Somebody wrecked his ranch.
Hopefully not his Ram.
Mike, last call.
This is Mike, Microdose Buzzer Larson here. Jimmy, what has 4 wheels and flies?
I don't know, buddy. What does have 4 wheels and flies?
A garbage truck. Lots of flies. Lots of flies.
Thanks.
Come on, talk to me, no bother.
Thanks, I appreciate it, buddy. All right, here she is, the queen here. Party mom, last call. Take us home.
So, Mr. Mike Larson, I just wanted to thank you for your last call last night talking about raising awareness. I had previously said that same joke on October 29th. Look it up. White minds think alike. Smoke weed every day.
There you go. She just called you Carlos Mencia, dude.
But the problem is, that wasn't a joke. Point goes to Mike Larson. 2-2. 2-2.
The technicality.
That's right.
The technicality.
Oh.
Hey, buddy, do great in Nashville,
Thank
and
you.
we'll see
Have
you
a
hopefully on
great
Friday for sure.
time.
On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I'm Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters in the morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a wonderful Tuesday evening.
And go get some tacos on Taco Tuesday.
Word.
Bye.
It's the damn dentures, y'all.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
Still seeing some slow traffic on I-4 this evening in the Orlando area as you take the interstate east and westbound, especially by the major attractions exits. Right now, things are looking good if you're taking the Beach Line or the Greenway this evening. Still seeing some flashing lights on the shoulder eastbound on I-4 up at Dirkskin Drive in Volusia County. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha.